Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Pleasure having you tonight.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm Eric. This is Marsh, and we're going to talk to you tonight about wrestling.
On the rocks.
Yeah.
I got started yesterday.
Oh, that's a lovely bottle of Canadian whiskey.
Yes. Yes, it is. Today we're going to be trying to get sponsored by Costco.
What's their
Fucking dare you. Costco. Fucking dare you.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Or Starbucks. Starbucks also.
No. Starbucks.
Starbucks.
We should have gotten the Starbucks stickers and put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd been good. I'm surprised that they're not in cahoots in some way with WWE, though, with the amount of Starbucks that are on the Instagrams of these superstars.
Yeah. No, and I mean, this does, if nothing else, feel like a Naomi tie-in cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is Naomi Cup.
God damn, it tastes like bananas.
Oh, maybe it's No Way Jose. He's Cuban.
I thought he was Dominican.
What?
I thought he was Dominican.
I don't know. I thought
He's
that was the same.
Playfully Caribbean.
Playfully Caribbean. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. Banana. Jose. Banana. Jose.
Banana.
This is why it says we have 0 viewers.
Oh. Whoa.
I thought we had a tasteful, polite entrance, and the viewers would enjoy that.
Yeah, I thought we were doing kind of a Mr. Rogers on the Rocks thing. Yeah.
We should make cardigans.
Ooh. Little logos on them.
Hello there.
You get a little AEW logo on this side. You get the WWE on this.
Yeah.
You notice that the refs put theirs on the reverse chest in AEW?
Oh,
Maybe
God.
the Fiend will come out
They
with
did-
cardigans.
The Fiend? Yeah, he might. We can get some Fiend cardigans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see that the AEW's got it on the reverse shoulder, chest, but like, that's a little bit like, you're getting pretty picky about, we're not them. Every company has always had it over the left.
No. It's every fucking polo has always had it over.
I know. That's what I mean. So I just think it's funny. They're all like, nope, other side.
Yeah.
We're different. Okay. Still good.
AEW, other side of the lapel.
Other side of the lapel. Let's see. Did you get to ever sit down and watch any of Fyter Fest? Did you watch any more clips after we talked about it?
Clips a little bit, not too much more.
Yeah.
I saw some of the moves from the Matt Jackson match, like you talked about that. Meltzer.
Oh, the Meltzer driver. Yeah,
driver.
where they're just hanging.
Yeah, just
Everyone's just waiting, and then Laredo helps Jackson complete it.
And it doesn't look like a good landing.
No.
Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, all of it was kind of like, And again, I mean, like Matt Brown, as Matt Brown said, as Matt Brown had said, I predicted that was going to be the match that everyone was going to say the best about, and I think that it 100% catered to their fan base, their core fan base, their current fan base. When you think about it, maybe that's all they can do until they have TV. Maybe they really just realized that without a weekly show, we're not getting a casual viewer. So let's really make our core audience happy, because once the weekly show shows up, we're going to have to start catering to everybody. So maybe this is really their kind of love letter to the core audience.
And that might not be a bad idea.
Might not. Yeah. But that's what I was thinking about it as I was reviewing it more in my mind, and how much they seem to be so caught up in making the core audience so happy and alienating the rest. Maybe because they have time to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's like, yeah, really give yourself the little love letter to your core fan and say, are you with me? Let's go on a journey. And then as you guys are going, that's when you bring in more people to the party.
Yeah.
Kind of great. Hey guys, I brought new friends, you know?
Well, and then for those people that have been saying, like, watching it forever and loving the absolute, dick out of it, once they have a weekly show, they can be like, look, this is amazing. I love this. It's on YouTube. And then show it to people. And then those people who aren't going to watch on YouTube because no internet or whatever it might be, they can watch it, The other thing I would say that this is more of a complaint about the Lucha Brothers as of late, and I do love the Lucha Brothers. I feel like the matches with the Bucks have diminished what kind of makes them fierce and powerful, because it is a spot fest, and they're good. Because to me, Pentagon's like gimmick has always been like this no fear and kind of. I liked him when he was kind of like doing less flipping moves in Lucha Underground. Like, damn.
Oh, his Lucha Underground stuff was so vicious because his whole thing was always trying to break people's arms and stuff. And you're like, and then yeah, it was like the no fear because he was willing to do the big spots that other people weren't doing. But in these matches, you're just another spot.
He's a prop.
Yeah, and everyone else is doing the same stuff. So it's kind of like no one's able to stand out in those matches.
And if anything, he kind of gets diminished more because Ray Phoenix is much more athletic and able to do that than Pentagon. And I feel like it kind of diminishes Pentagon. I'd like to see him just be ridiculous, you know?
Whoa, Keith just subscribed. Keith, my man. Keith, prime subscribe. He put the I in subscribe. And who knows about the notifications?
Yeah.
Coming for the title.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there it is. It's the 5 o'clock somewhere. Cheers to Keith. We gotta cheers our Keith.
Oh. I like when Kevin's not here. Get more cheers.
How you doing, Keith? We were just kind of going over a little bit more about Fighter Fest before we got too deep in the woods here. Just letting everyone kind of come in, trickle in. Probably the highlight of it is Clump's biggest complaint in hindsight of the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks is that it's not allowing someone like Penta to stand out where he typically does stand out. He just kind of gets lost in the mix and it almost kind of diminishes the strength of his character.
Yeah.
And I was kind of saying how the more that I even have personally been upset and complained about the shows being so catered to their core audience and not really bringing or inviting more people in, I'm starting to think that might not be bad, and it could just be that they're really truly just writing a love letter to their core audience saying, guys, let's do this together, here we go, because once those weekly shows come in, they're going to have to start catering to the other company, or to the other viewers, and the more casual viewer. So at that point, it's going to be, let's get this thing going with our core and make them happy and make them believe in us, and then once we're going on this journey, we can invite more friends along. But that's kind of where we're going. He loves Lucha House Party. I think they're fun. I don't like that they come out with piñatas. I liked it before that.
I certainly like them more than Lars Sullivan does.
Yeah.
What happened to that wrestler?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's even asked.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, I'm kind of scared too because I think if I ask, he's going to reappear. Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they forget about Lars and Naya.
Keith says he's hurt.
I'm sure he's hurt, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, he hurt like a ligament or a knee or something like that.
It's kind of the thing that sucks when you build up someone to be this like unbeatable monster and they fucking hurt themselves. Like,
No monster, he's a freak.
Oh, no.
what? What happened?
There's no cancel when you click the trash can and the note is open.
Did you just delete your notes?
They stay in your recently deleted for 30 days.
Yeah. But,
The tip of my knuckle touched the trash can and it deleted my note, man. There's no can. All I said was okay. It said we're deleting your fucking note now. Okay, that was the only option. No cancel. No, are you sure you want to delete this? It just went, yeah, it's gone. And all I had to do was look at it and accept it.
just the tip. Just the tip. We need to be cautious of just the tip.
Just the tip of the nuck.
Yeah.
Nuck Jones over here. So I've been listening to a lot of the Taz podcast lately.
I can tell you've drawn a lot of the Taz podcast lately.
Yeah. And
H2O Jones.
we had a really good conversation the other day, me and the producer here, where we were watching a show and someone pulled out a shotgun and went, "Shotgun Jones." To which her response was, "Is everything going to be Jones with you from now on?" And I said, "You got it. No Jones over here." It's pretty good.
Or all Jones right here.
Yeah, hells yeah. Let's see. Just getting this out, and then I think we'll be good. Actually, unless you wanted to say something else about, sounds like a T-shirt slogan.
Oh yeah.
Tip of the nut.
Tip of the nut.
That's how you bust open an eye. You just get the tip of the nut. Yeah, I mean, was there anything else you wanted to chime in about it? I will say that listening to the Jim Ross podcast today, he had a few negative things to say about the AEW show, which was surprising. Yeah, just very few. He didn't want to, like, he's not trying to bury him or dig him or anything, but he did say that
Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Former commentator Jim Ross for everyone.
Yeah. He said the buy-in was not his style, and I guess he sent out a tweet during it that he was just trying to do the best he could to stay as far away from it as possible. Because he said it really wasn't the kind of thing he wanted to. It wasn't where he thought he would be best. He said, he goes, I'm not best at the comedy stuff like that. And he goes, but they had a good time, they had fun, so good on them. And he's like, when it comes to things like that, it's personal preference. So he's like, some people enjoyed it, good. Not my cup of tea, but maybe I just wasn't their demographic. Okay.
I think he is good at the comedy stuff. I think he's taking himself too seriously right now because I remember him in WWE. Some of my favorite weird, funny things were him just saying things.
Mm-hmm.
So he's good at comedy.
It's not that he can't be funny, but
he can't.
You want him to do an hour long of just commentating people not taking any of it seriously. He already screamed and hollered for the best friends when they hugged. How many times can he do that before it's just like, I'm sure he's also getting ripped apart a little bit. Jim Cornette in his review of Fyter Fest, I mean, he tore it apart. But in his review of it, he said he lost respect for Jim Ross after the Elite did the Hadouken and they all fell. And he goes, the fact that he didn't get up and walk out. He's like, I challenge you to find any tape of me staying, sitting, doing commentary when someone sold some invisible shit. He goes, you'll never find it. He goes, I always get up and walk out because I don't do that shit.
Yeah, your voice is too low to be.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit.
Goddamn.
I dare you. I challenge you to fight.
Goddamn motherfucker.
Yeah.
But if you don't have anything else to say about AEW, I'm just saying I think maybe what they're doing might actually be on par with what they should do. Make their core audience really happy and really excited to see their weekly show, because the weekly show is going to have to start trying to cater to other people, and if you can get them on board early, then maybe you can keep them through the lull, because someone probably have to drop off as you start to cater for other people. So if you can get them coming in hot, and then as they drop off and you're coming up with the other ones, maybe they keep balanced. So
Fair, yeah.
Maybe so. I hope you guys did enjoy, or at least go back and rewatch or watch the Fyter Fest review with the cigars. We had our special guest, hashtag I'm a Matt Brown. I'm a hashtag phenomenon. That's what he sounds like, as you guys, if you watched it, know.
Yeah. And you can watch me almost die from smoking cigars, which I didn't know how to do.
Yeah, you almost died. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, apart from that, though, we can go ahead and get started. Get talking about Raw, unless there was something else you wanted to bring up. The Sean Spears thing, maybe real quick. AEW pulled him from the show. They gave him back. He's going to be on that show.
Really?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So yeah, it's nice for the indie show, because he was like, they were really getting last minute on that one, saying, hey, no, you can't. And then they're all like, well, great, it's like this week, and they're like, well, he's not doing it. And then yesterday they're like, yeah, you can do it. It's like, okay. I mean, it's nice. They're letting it happen.
Maybe I feel like they're right now. I don't know if it's a staffing need, but there's one guy going like, whoa. We can't do this. Just get two people.
They said they needed him for a photo shoot. How weird is that?
He looks ugly no matter what.
You can send a camera to him.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the photo shoot?
He'll break it. Take a picture, he'll break the lens.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith says his power cut out during the show the other day. Man,
Sorry, dude.
Keith has every reason to leave, where he's moving away. No, he's moving, and he's got every reason to. He's got the bugs, he's got the storm. He's constantly under battle, this guy.
Is it like a locust plague? Is it like, did like a local leader in your area anger a god?
Ooh, a little Moses action, a little Moses Jones over there. A little Moses gimmick, a little locust gimmick over there.
I think I worked with a guy named Moses Jones when I worked at Sprint.
Yeah, nice. It is. It sounds like it, dude. It's like every 12 years. Stackhouse made it. He said he thinks there was too many excuses made for AEW. Not trying to be negative Nancy, but maybe it's just not as good as everybody thought it was going to be. I've been very disappointed and underwhelmed personally. I agree with that entirely, Stackhouse. I think with the way they're going, I don't have like a strong like longevity thing. So I'm trying to think of anything that could be hopeful. And that is there hope that something can change? And I'll say this: within the first month of them having the weekly show, we're gonna know.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if maybe what they're doing is, for very specific people for that specific reason, and not to bring in new people, which I think is going to be a problem because you're alienating potential new viewers for TNT. I'll tell you this much. With what I've seen so far, I'm not interested in a weekly show. I don't want to see that weekly. I have no desire to, but I will because of the show and because of you. I'm going to check it out for at least a month before I vote on if I'm not able to continue watching it.
You hate it, just blaming me every week. Fuck Eric.
Yeah, you did this to me. But yeah, no, I agree. I think they're super hyper focused on a very specific demographic, a very core audience, and I think that's a negative, and I think it's a positive. But we're gonna find out when their show starts. I think if they hit their weekly show, and they start trying to bring in the casual fan and the hardcore fans, and if they try to actually bring in the WWE fan, because right now they're really trying to keep WWE fans out, if they allow WWE fans to enjoy it, then I think that maybe we could see something good. Otherwise, this might just be a bubble.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's good for everybody.
I will say not Fighter Fest, but AEW thing that kind of annoyed me this week. Meltzer tweeted out that basically him really saying that WWE's involvement with Evolve and their show timing is 100% related to Fight for the Fallen. That just needs to stop.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It doesn't need to be perpetuated. Even if it were something there, it's a competition, but I don't think that myself. I think it's a show. They didn't have the time to have an Evolve anniversary show built up and everything this rapidly, and it was probably an advance. And if it was an advanced thing, yeah, if you work with this company, or is it Progress or Evolve?
It's Evolve.
If you work with this company and you want to showcase it. It's not bad. If you have an event coming up, yeah. I hope this is the catalyst to them showing more of that company.
Yeah. I think it could be pretty cool. Or even if they do a special one-off, like they did their StarCast or whatever, or their Starcade. Like if they let it be a one-off special they do or whatever, then that could be cool too. I think that, let's see, didn't Meltzer report like a year ago this has been in the works though? Yeah, that's probably true. But
I think Meltzer just says a bunch of shit and like one line of it sticks sometimes. Like,
let's see. Stackhouse says he thinks it's just a few workers that worked a money mark so they could have their own show, so they can just do whatever they want, which I think is awesome. But at the same time, kind of not, because people do want an alternative, and I don't think they're going to deliver a long-term alternative to WWE. I agree with that too. The other thing that made me nervous was this week. The Young Bucks did an interview, and they were asked how close were they to signing with WWE, and they said that there was a moment where they were in a hotel with Kenny Omega, and they were all three looking at their contracts, and they had said out loud, "It looks like we're all going to be in WWE, boys." And he goes, and it was just shortly after that Tony Khan called, and the way he worded it, fuck, that's when I was like, oh no, this sounds awful. Where he's all like, Tony came in with such a great opportunity. He's like, it wasn't even totally the money. It was he came to us and said, hey, you guys can run this. You guys are in charge. You can do whatever you want. And it's like, wow, that sounds, you don't want the inmates running the asylum. And yeah, they know how to sell a t-shirt. Do they know how to run a company? Can they book a show? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, All In was their evidence, and that was booked and promoted by ROH. So a little bit nerve-wracking on that aspect. I agree. It does look a lot like, hey, someone has given us the keys to the castle. Why not go run with it? And I agree with that. I can understand why they would want that, but I don't know that caters to longevity or bringing in a wide audience. At that point, you're strictly trying to figure out how to make your specific audience happy, and is that good for everyone?
Well, and I would say that as a counterpoint, they have brought in external people, and they've we don't know yet. My hope is, wanting an alternative, wanting to see more content. Maybe we'll see more when it comes in week to week. I don't necessarily mind if Tony Khan gets more involved. Tony Khan is a huge wrestling fan, and that may not be bad having his voice too. If it's not there, I hope it is.
I hope, but it also could be bad because it also seems that the post interviews, he's constantly like, yeah, we don't want that. Oh no, we won't see that again. They're not clearing stuff through him, and he's seen it and he's like, oh no. And at the end of the day, I feel like that he's just the puppy dog in front of the elite, being like, whatever you want, guys. Ooh, he's like swooning over them. I bought you guys a company. Be my friend. That's really what it. I mean, I don't think it's just to be friends, but it really seems like he's super swooning over the elite, and they're gonna run away with it.
But what if it's not friends? What is it, like sexual? What is this?
I don't know. Maybe he truly believes in them, but I think that.
Guys, not in the eyes. Guys.
Yeah. Guys, come on.
Guys. Salty and it hurts.
But I think that it's like eerily close to, at the very least, Eric Bischoff being so close with Kevin Nash and Hogan.
Jesus.
If nothing else. Oh, you guys know best. You guys have been doing it. You tell me. If you tell the talent, you tell me, and it's the right talent, they'll tell you exactly what they want to tell you. Oh, you mean, yeah. The idea that the Outsiders, supposedly, I don't remember if Eric Bischoff confirmed it or not. I believe I heard him do it in one of his podcasts where they had in their contract that they had to be the highest paid person. So if someone came in for more than they were being paid, they would immediately get bumped up by X amount. And so Brett coming in, supposedly, because they were offering Brett so much, gave the Outsiders and Hogan a huge raise because they aren't contractually obligated to be paid more than Brett coming in.
I could see that. I mean,
yeah,
that does sound like all of those people.
Yeah, 100%. And my understanding is that's how that went down, and I believe Eric Bischoff confirmed it on his show, but I couldn't tell you what episode. So, but enough on that for now. I'm still hopeful that they'll put on a show I like. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment.
That's good.
I mean, I have watched Raw for the past several years, so that's enough evidence to know that I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Let's see, this Raw, as a standalone, was not a 5. Not a 5 by any means. It opened up with Seth and, oh, that's funny, I have a misspell. I meant to spell Becky and I put Brock. Seth and Brock versus Andrade and Zelina. Holy Christ. Brock and Zelina are the only allowed to go for each other.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Zelina's just taking it.
Yeah.
No offense from
Oh my
Zelina.
God. She even trying?
Zelina,
Yeah, Brocky Lynch.
Zelina kicks Brock in the dick.
Yeah. Well, she'd win.
Before the match, well, it was Becky first, then Seth. And I don't know if I'm reading into this. I don't know if I'm the only one who's getting kind of like, because of the amount of TV time they're getting together and the way that they're structuring, where it's like, I think Becky should have come out second.
For what?
For that opening. I think Becky's the bigger star.
Doesn't that mean that Becky's going to get the biggest pop for the first entrance you hear of the night?
Could be, but it did also feel like, I feel like when Seth's music hit, she was like this, and then like there's this little like movement of her eyes, and it looked like, I don't know, it looked like they were playing like the start of an angle with it, like,
yeah.
And I don't like that. I hope it's not that, but I get the context of this match. I get the idea of them being together, and I get that they're in a relationship. I just always go back to, do we need this?
Yeah.
Do they need to be attached? Do they? Because it went from like when we talked about it initially, like, well, it makes sense, yeah, to okay, guys.
Yeah, I'm really not feeling it. I'm not into it. The more people I even ask in my personal life who watch wrestling, they're not really into it. What's up?
So you know how like my Twitch censors things?
Yeah.
It censored Lynch.
Ooh. Oof. They see how you do your hair. Yeah. Yeah, they censored Lynch. Yowie wowie.
Don't need to give him any ideas.
But so we ended up now this is the thing. it wouldn't have been so stupid if it weren't an elimination match.
Yeah.
That made this whole thing stupid.
So it's just a staged match. Like, women first, then men first.
You had 2 one-on-ones attached for no reason, so you could have Becky on the apron when Seth wins to do nothing but celebrate. What the fuck? And then even Zelina was still in the match the same way too. She was just sitting on the bottom of the, she just was ringside.
Yeah.
Still screaming and slapping the same way that Becky was, but just from the ground.
Selling that,
looked stupid.
Selling that Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. Her one move.
I miss Seth murdering everyone with a chair.
Stackhouse says they have zero on-screen chemistry. They just seem awkward. And you can tell they aren't even having fun doing it either. I don't know. I get the impression they might be having fun, but I think that they're the only ones who are, if they are. At first, Becky seemed like she wasn't into it, but now it's all like, well, I get to spend all this time with them. But
Yeah, but I feel like, I would say both talents are stronger, but lately it's just, it really's made Seth look way worse than Seth already did. Like, oh.
It's really highlighting how much better Becky is on the mic and with the audience than Seth. Although I will say, when Seth came out and there was that burn it down thing, it sounded like the roof was about to blow up. You know, burn it down. Everyone, burn it down. Like, I'm not. When I was at the show and his music hit, I went, I'm Matt Brown. I'm Matt Brown. I'm Matt Brown. But I mean, he seems to be over.
That's a shirt, by the way.
I'm Matt Brown.
I'm Matt Brown.
And like Seth Rollins type.
Yeah. And then we could do like on the back the crosswords hashtag I am me.
Just put his face on the back top. So then Becky ends up taking out Zelina. Lacey's on the outside and they start brawling. They have to reset the match.
Seth pulls Becky away from Lacey, which, again, the Seth pulling Becky away from the fight part, I don't like that because it diminishes that fighting spirit. And I could get it if an official did it. Seth doing it comes off very white knight.
Super patronizing.
Yes.
Very patronizing. I'm always like, fuck. And she comes off like, the fuck are you doing? Every time he does it, it's always like, get the fuck off of me.
And that's why I keep thinking that this is going to work into an angle where they blow up on each other. That's why, like I saw, that was like
Gross.
where it comes into a feud with each other because of that like eye movement.
Yeah.
I thought I saw, and then this stuff, I see it creating conflict, which doesn't need to happen. You can have, if you're gonna do a relationship angle, you can do a relationship angle where they don't break up, where they don't have to fight each other.
Or you could just, move on.
Yeah.
Keith says that he remembers a time when Daniel Bryan was said to be not over. He wasn't over, but the yes chants were over. And he thinks maybe this is kind of the opposite of that. If Seth comes out and everyone screams, burn it down. Not that he's over, but that people like to scream. That could very well be.
Yeah.
Especially at the top of the show.
And he is the champ, and he is good. He's good. He's good in the ring. I think he's better on the mic as a heel than a babyface. I think he's better as a performer as a heel than a babyface, or when he's chasing. When he's on top, he's not in a good place. He just comes off. It's kind of like The Miz, where it's like making him seem super
stale. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Roman.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's a bigger thing of WWE with the exception of Kofi and some select people, but canned baby faces suck. You need to have some edge to you or some difference, something there to make you different. Or if you're going to go with the generic, I'm good or I'm bad, it just kind of comes off as that, generic.
It does, and I think that with having a super face champion like Kofi, and then you want to have a secondary sort of super face in Seth, and then you also have Becky and Bayley as your women's champs, what the fuck do the heels fight for, right? Mm-hmm. If every single one of your champions is giving up title shots left and right to anybody who asks, even if you don't ask, come over and hit me with a fucking chair and I'll give you a title shot, not a big deal. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Like, they have nothing to fight for. Where with a heel champion, It's, no, I'm not going to defend it. No, you have to earn the title shot. What have you done to earn this? And then they start doing things to get in the way. And then they're cheating to keep them away from getting the title. There's no chase with that many super face champions. You just have to ask. Which means that there's no storyline build.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's my boy chiming in here.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, all couples break up, and when they do, how's that gonna pan out? How did it work out for the Hardys and Lita and Edge and all of them? Like, they got Matt Hardy left the company.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, Seth could leave the company.
Shield reunion in AEW.
Banner.
Oh, Naomi to break up. Too cute.
Oh, Naomi and Usos? Yeah, they gotta stay together.
Yeah.
Let me see. So ultimately, Andre hits Becky, and then
Andrade, not Andre. Andrade hits Becky.
oh
Did it connect it? Did it correct it to Andre?
It autocorrects everything, man. So Andre the Giant hit Becky in the face with a punch. No, that didn't happen at all. Seth gets all distracted. Are you okay? Are you okay? And then, but Seth still gets the win over Andrade. And then on the way back to the back, Baron attacks Seth.
You said Andre the Giant. There's a Cards Against Humanity card. Andre the Giant's giant leathery scrotum. Hit Becky with.
Yeah, that could knock someone out.
Very much so.
Anybody want a peanut?
It's good. Bowling ball bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here, we'll put this out for Andre.
Oh.
We'll put it on the thing. There you go. After that, we had a Baron and Lacey promo.
Yeah.
Braun and Lacey. This is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I gotta drink more.
Take one drink.
You're doing worse than. I feel like I gained
Oh.
confidence. I had 2 people yesterday say I have a voice for radio, and I was like, no. And
Oh, you have a face for radio.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
God.
No, I had 2 people say I had a radio voice. I was like, I don't have a radio voice.
You have a personality for a car wreck.
They were just trying to compliment you.
Yeah, they just couldn't think of what else they could.
I have the
say.
charm of a bus fire.
Yeah. It's hard to look away, in a way. Again, I think Baron and Lacey do well together.
Yeah, I like them a lot more than I like Becky and
Actually, yeah.
They're great.
And I think that if they took the titles, which is what I personally believe they're going to do, then I think it's going to be more interesting to see Becky and Seth bicker and try and get their titles back respectively, while Baron and Lacey do everything they can to not defend those titles. That could be a much more interesting route. But we have fucking SummerSlam coming up in like a month and no storylines. They can't have their title match back in 2 weeks.
Have Baron and Lacey win it. Have Brock cash in at SummerSlam.
On Lacey?
Get the Brock's be a dominant goddamn women's champion.
Brock would be the best women's champion of all
Or
time.
have Baron take the women's title, have Lacey go against Brock.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And then, but have Brock carry. And then, I suppose you could do a rematch for WrestleMania of Seth Brock. Although I don't necessarily want to have that happen.
Survivor Series, I wish, was less of a gimmick pay-per-view because it used to be one of the big 4, right? So, I mean, imagine if you did a Survivor Series back to the traditional way you did a Survivor Series, then you can have a team Becky and Seth versus a team Baron and Lacey, but have, like, more people behind them, and you can actually have more of a thing that would build into something, but it won't. They don't do it that way.
I think that'd be better, yeah, because I think you could do the gimmicky part on Night of Champions. Night of Champions is a better brand versus brand pay-per-view than...
But then you'd have to have SummerSlam. You'd have to have Baron and Lacey defend their titles in some chicken shit way. They've got to, like, push the ref or something.
Yeah.
Get themselves disqualified. I'm still the champ, you know?
I have an idea. Brock cashes, gets belt. Kofi challenges Brock, gets both belts, unifies belts, because then we have... I don't think we're going to have as many belts when they have the Fox deal. I
Yeah.
think they're going to have one set of belts.
Kofi, 2 belts. Kofi actually already is Kofi 2 belts. He's the up, down, down champion as well.
Do we think the Met producer asking?
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Do
That
we
didn't
think?
sound like English.
What? No, it was stumbly. She's drinking wine.
Do you vote men or women's division? Who do you think is doing better story-wise?
Storyline-wise, the women. And they're not even on TV much.
So there's one storyline because there's a shit ton of women and they're fucking missing.
They're all missing. And I was bringing that up to my brother the other day, that think about the women's division this exact month last year as they were building into Evolution, and think about the Evolution card and how many of those women are absent from TV right now.
Mm-hmm.
You've got no Riot Squad, no Trish and Lita, no Bella Twins, no Ronda, no Charlotte, no Natty, barely Naomi, not much Carmella.
Mm-hmm. You see them, and now
No Alicia Fox. Not that she was big, but still, I'm saying that if you were to try to rebuild the Evolution card, you couldn't do it. Every match is missing half of the match.
Well, I feel like what's happening there is like you see
Sasha.
No Sasha. You get to the point where you see them backstage in events, and that's where you see them, and you're like, all right, you're employed here still. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody transfers out for a while and comes back, you're like, shit, you're here? Huh.
Yeah. I will say I'm more interested in the Bailey storyline than most other ones right now, but that's just because this Bailey, Nikki, Alexa thing. I think it looks like it has a long-term goal. We'll get to it for SmackDown, but the KO stuff's starting to pipe up. But apart from those two storylines, I'm surprised at how much I'm not into Kofi Samoa Joe. Like, I'm excited about it, but I forget that I'm excited about it all the time.
Well, and I feel like this week kind of like cooled it down so much. Last week was such a good heater, they needed to build the intensity this week.
Yeah?
Like that ending segment where he's flipping off Samoa Joe was great. Then this week was just kind of like a wet fart. Like we could have done so much more.
Which is also great in the right scenario.
Yeah, a wet fart is fantastic when you trust them and you can. I can't.
Or if you're in the middle of a managerial review, a wet fart can change the dynamic of the conversation.
Or in the midst of coitus, when you're pinning them down.
Right. See,
Personal experience?
yeah. So if you can get a nice slippery fart in the middle of like a review, the manager starts to like, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. But if you can stand tall and be like, no, let's keep talking, you alpha the manager.
I have leverage.
Yep, I've got leverage. I don't mind.
Just keep putting them out.
Yeah. Be like, you know what? I got a little extra.
Just so you
Matter
know,
of fact, now that you want to wrap it up, I got some sprinkles for that.
Oh.
Just so you
JTG.
know, I had broccoli.
Yeah. Oh, he knows. Let's see. Keith asked how long JTG has been employed by WWE. That's
He has not been employed for
Junkyard.
Crime Time.
Crime Time?
Crime Time. You don't remember Crime Time?
He's not with them.
Yeah, he's not anymore.
He's coming to Tucson though.
JTG is not employed by the WWE anymore.
Yeah, he wasn't there very long either. A couple years.
Yo, yo, yo.
All right.
I
believe
just
it.
remember that part of the opening. Yo, yo, yo.
It was a running joke.
Oh, he was employed forever and never used. Well, I mean, you could have said the same thing about R-Truth up until this year. Like he'd been in the company for what, like 10, 15 years? Main evented one pay-per-view and disappeared for 3 years in intervals, come back for a match and then leave again.
Though apparently R-Truth has the job for life because Vince loves R-Truth, which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
I love our truth.
Yeah, I'm
How
cool.
can you not? Let's see. So, after that promo, Paul Heyman cut an Extreme Rules promo saying that Brock will cash in the Money in the Bank.
And I know a little something about Extreme. And I know a little something about Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Like we're both doing.
And I know a little bit about the word extreme, sir.
Sir, if you will give me a moment.
He sat at home for over a year getting that check before they let him go. That's pretty cool.
I mean, he did.
Who else did that recently?
Well, I'm thinking of the historic best one. The best one always was Lonnie Poffo. Who's employed by WCW for 8 years to sit at his fucking house.
Monsoon was as well, but that was for a different reason. That was just because they wanted to take care of him. So Monsoon was stayed under contract with them up until he died.
Yeah.
Even though he was no longer utilized.
Yeah.
I mean, that was also, my understanding was Vince Kennedy told his father when he took the company that he would always take care of him. And a couple people were on that list. There was like 4 people or something like that.
Lanny Poffo was like young and able to perform.
He could have.
He just sat.
Why would you want him to?
And it is arguably the most genius move. You're paying me and I have to sit here. You're not going to say anything. And I go, I'm working out, guys. No, cool,
Yep.
okay.
And this on top of it, talking to the club when I got to, they kind of talked about that in a sense where it's all like, hey, it's not a bad gig to not do anything and get paid.
Yeah.
But it's also not a lot of fun when you love doing what you do and what you're good at. So it was kind of neat to hear that side of it too, where it's all like, they weren't complaining, but they were frustrated, right? So they were even like, we appreciate everything. But at the same time, as cool as it is to stay home and play with your kids and get paid for it, it gets a little boring and it's not what you want to do and you don't feel as useful, you know.
Well, and it comes to a point where like I can imagine you getting paranoid. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, because if you're not doing anything and you're sitting at home, at some point either you are going to go back to TV and you need to be ready, or you're going to be quietly released, and then you got to start finding other gigs.
Yeah, and then also at the end of the day, this is an athletic sport. These are athletes, and there is a finite amount of time that people can perform athletically at a high level.
Yeah. 6 months ago, I used to run marathons.
You did not do any of that.
Yeah.
Then not even a little bit. You couldn't even run to AJ's. You couldn't even run to the other side of the mall for a sushi roll.
I could run to the bathroom.
You could not. You couldn't get to the bathroom before it dropped. I bet you can't outrun your own shits. That's what I'm saying. You can't run faster than your body's releasing the shit.
I mean, that just means my body releases shit rapidly.
That's true. That's true.
Like a talented level of it.
I've never seen you intake fiber.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
I take Metamucil every day.
Oop, Keith's got a good point. What's the wager?
Bonus content, guys.
Yeah. Tune in to find out.
Uh-oh.
Bonus show.
Just
Clumps race to clump.
3 steps and a sad sigh.
Yeah. You just hear like the feet pattering and a splash and just like a
On.
like that old WWE slip and slide that they released.
It's a special at your house. Not happening.
I did like the Paul Heyman promo. I did like his little, prodding the audience to get along. Joshi. That's our mod. You can tell by the sword. He wields it mightily. I liked him prodding the audience. I know about Philadelphia, and I know Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that Brock Lesnar. But at the same time, I hope he's fucking lying.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of Brock tormenting and chasing Seth more than I like Seth and this Becky shit happening. But I don't want him cashing it in. I want him just tormenting the motherfucker.
I like that it was just a tease. He was just teasing.
No, he said he will cash in.
Or I'm
He wasn't like,
did
will he or won't he? He said it could be Kofi, it could be Seth.
Didn't he also say it could be nothing?
No, he never said it would be nothing. But I'm hoping it's nothing. Or another failed cash in without actually cashing it in.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
I
think it'd be cool if he cost Becky and Seth the belts and then chased Corbin. And Corbin's like,
oh my God.
him and Drake Maverick together.
I do think that Brock should be the 24/7 champion.
No, nobody's taking the belt
From Drake?
from Brock.
Oh. And then he can go out there and do the Brock beatbox thing with the 24/7 title all the time. Instead of like running away from people, he's constantly dancing towards people. Come on. And they're like, it's fine.
I think it'd be funny if he was in the ring and like there's a promo interrupted and he accidentally like clotheslined someone and the ref's like encourage and he just puts his foot on him.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
like, okay. And then everyone just walks away. Like it was fun while it lasted, guys. I guess I'm gonna go back home.
Spears 3 people at once. Then he did a Braun replay of the flying through the stage thing to remind you that last week was good.
That This is what we can do, guys.
Yeah. Don't forget, we did a good show once.
Annual review.
Yeah.
I did that thing well.
Yeah. Remember when I did a thing? Then we had Shane and Drew ask a garbage man if he wanted to be a tag team with Roman. So they started doing this whole gimmick backstage where they're talking to all the employees of the stadium to find out who was going to be Roman's tag team partner for the match that night. Roman was going to be tagged up with someone of Shane's choosing, and Shane figured he would wing it. Which I think also, if I'm deciding who your tag team champion or your tag team's going to be, your partner, I'm probably not going to wing it when I get there.
Yeah.
What if I get there and there's only badass motherfuckers there, dude? I'm not going to chance that. You know what I mean? I'm going to go there and with someone under my arm. I honestly thought, and I was like, holy shit, are they going to bring back Ellsworth? Shadow King! Yo!
We have an old title? Is that what he's saying?
He's saying your guys' title is still from before. Are you saying our title placement? The titles are the same as they were before?
Or is he talking about the icon?
The icon? Well, I mean, have we gotten to a point where like subscribers can happen for 2 months? I got to design a new title. That's my bad. I'll do that. It says official review of Fighter Fest. Oh shit, the title.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So we're all thinking title belts. We're all like, which belt is he talking about? Let me see. Yeah, that's.
Can you believe we've been doing this for almost 6 months now?
That's my bad.
April.
Really?
Three.
Dashboard. Here we go. Official review. Here it is.
Well.
Where did you see it? Oh,
You guys don't title well.
yeah.
You guys title as well as I math.
Review. Yeah. Clap! You shut your damn mouth! You are Raw and SmackDown Live.
Oh, damn. You're changing it.
I'm doing it right now with Shadow. Wait, here we go. Sorry, this is not good airtime. Thanks to
Shadow King.
Shadow King, bringing us to a halt.
Can you smell
Um,
what the title is cooking?
Does the title change now? Let me know, guys, if the title effectively changes. Like I've always said, I'm learning this program.
We all are.
Oh, can you smell? Let's see, title changed. Oh, it changed. So it says show something else. Did our description change? Did I put a little new? Oh, go live notification.
Yeah, that changed.
Yeah, I made a new go live notification. So
Oh.
anyone else getting it saying thank you to Shadow King. Little notification Jones over there. Cheers to Shadow King, keeping us on our toes, making us look professional. We're all drinking.
Jones.
Check. Mic check.
Oh.
So the Shane and Drew stuff going on throughout the show, not a fan. Didn't care about it.
I think it would be funny if they did have, like, if we're going to bring in cameos, have cameos of that, where it's like, what did you do? Well, I actually won the Heisman Trophy, and like, just have various, like,
Yeah.
wait, are you Refrigerator Joe Perry, or like, are you, wait, Gronk? Like, just go through and like, oh shit, no one's people we can pull. They were in like New England, have like Patriots people be staff.
Yeah, for sure. Let it be crazy. Let's see. Then after that, we ended up getting to a Miz and the Usos versus Elias and the Revival in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The commercial comes back. So Miz comes out to the ring. They cut to commercial, and Elias and the Revival are in the ring. And now the Miz's partner, who came out first, the Usos, are coming out.
Yeah.
What a weird way to bring out
I
people.
noticed that too, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. It made note. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Really shows how unimportant like the Revival and Elias are in all this.
Yeah, why didn't you start with Revival, let them have their music, do their thing, or start with a Year's Elias, go to commercial or whatever, and then you come back to the Usos and Miz and let Usos cut their little promo, which was fine. The Revival gets the first fall. How are we going to review Evolve?
Well, we got a
Shadow
lot of
King's
stuff to watch. I got a lot to watch. We have Evolve and Extreme Rules this weekend.
We could do Evolve and Fight for the Fallen together as one show. Because they're going to air the same day, and we're going to do it probably a week later anyways.
Yeah, that works.
Do you have Sunday off?
This Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. Let's do a pre-show.
Wait, no. No, I do not.
Oh, never mind.
Because I'm going to Phoenix
When you come
on
back.
Tuesday. Yep.
Oh. We do everything live, guys. We even discuss our schedules.
Yeah. There is no conversation about this show outside of this, which is probably apparent. But.
You do not just subscribe through Amazon Prime. No, you subscribe through Twitch.
But your Amazon Prime account can be linked to your Twitch
It's
account.
already linked. If she's got the crown, she's already linked. But no, you do not go to Amazon Prime to do that. You'll get stuck and lost in Amazon Prime weeds forever. But I think so about a week after Fight for the Fallen, we're going to look at doing a review of Fight for the Fallen and an Evolve together. Give everyone kind of a week to watch the show, because I'm not expecting everyone to watch it like same day kind of stuff. But that's how we're going to probably do Evolve and that as well.
Yeah.
If Clump decides he wants to watch this time.
I'm on the fence.
All right.
I'll watch.
Let's see. Revival gets the first fall. Elias leaves after being attacked by The Miz, which made no sense.
Yeah.
And then The Miz and Usos get the last two falls, and The Miz is beating up everyone. Like, he's better than everyone at everything, and I don't get it.
Nope.
He looks all tough and not believable.
He doesn't look tough.
Nope.
He's
trying to. He plays tough. Grr, in my mad face.
Yeah.
Grr.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying like I'm in better shape than Miz. I'm not in better shape than Miz. I'm not in better shape than anyone in this goddamn.
I'm more physically afraid of you than Miz.
Yeah. But that's the thing. He doesn't look like he doesn't like everyone else in the match looks intimidating.
Yeah.
Looks like they work out, and I'm not saying he doesn't work out. It's just he doesn't have a form to him. He looks worse than Fat Triple H with Evolution when he'd come out and say, "Oh, Triple H with beer gut."
Yeah.
Yeah. I told
Yeah.
him about the game and how you play it.
Let's see. After that, we got the Beat the Clock Challenge being announced. They're going to do a Beat the Clock Challenge with Bayley and Nikki. Kind of hard to be intimidated by a man who lost to Shane for 3 months. Yeah.
Yep.
Amongst other losses. And cried about his dad who loved him the whole time.
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah. He's really done a number on his character. I feel like The Miz has lost so much.
I think he's buying into it and trying. I think
He's giving it his all and not making it worse, I think.
yeah.
He's looking like shit.
Well,
I think he's ruining the character.
yeah.
Where before it was believable that he was because he always looks like the kind of dude that you could beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
And so it was believable as a heel, the type of dude who would cheat to win because, huge Miz fan, I agree. That's fine. But as a heel, he was always the kind of heel you thought you could beat the shit out of. And so now he's got this, I'm a face and I'm just a better fighter and wrestler than everyone, and that's not believable at all.
Well,
Because he still looks and acts the same as far as his believability of losing a fight.
Yeah. Except when he says these dumb fucking lines and then Keith's line, "I'm a reality star." I think that would be a really fun angle of him, just like because it was kind of funny when he would act like he's the superstar and he's just some fucking WWE wrestler who does mediocre shit.
Yeah.
It's better, but no, we have Mr. I'm.
Mrs.
Ms. and Mrs.
Oh.
Don't attack a person's family. You don't do that, and it's just stupid as shit.
It's dumb. I just can't get it behind him at all. Let's see. They do announce that in the Bayley and Nikki Beat the Clock Challenge, the winner will choose the stipulation at Extreme Rules. Then we have a segment with Drake and the 24/7 title with his wife. This is the first time that they've really given his wife a bunch of lines. Like, she was kind of highlighted in that, in I guess a couple of ways. Apparently she's an indie wrestler. I didn't know that. Her name's Renee Michelle. And she's an indie wrestler, and so I don't know how good she is. I didn't get to find any of her matches or anything, but it makes you wonder if this will lead into any kind of matches. She could be the one to take the belt off Drake, and then now you have a woman with it, and see the women do the thing, run with it for a while.
That'd be tight.
Then you have Carmella with it, and R-Truth helping Carmella keep away with it. You know, that could be a fun little flip on it.
I think it'd be a cool thing if the 27 belt went to women, and then it became a chase of women.
Yeah, so that was meant.
Yeah, well, like all of these, like all of the women's roster.
Yeah, get them all back out there.
Yeah,
100%.
I want Dana to hold it for a long time. I like Dana. Dana's really fucking good.
She's pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say that she was okay. She seemed like someone who was not familiar with acting, but was giving it her best. So she was all right. Not impressive, not shit. So kind of down the middle. Let's see. After that, we had Rey Mysterio back. Rey Mysterio has come back.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the ride-along? They did a Drake ride-along? I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she can't be good or funny. She just wasn't impressive in that skit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rey Mysterio's back. He does an open challenge to the locker room. So Bobby Lashley comes out and then beats the shit out of him.
Which I was annoyed.
That was so annoying.
Why are you feeding Rey Mysterio to Bobby Lashley for no reason? This isn't building a match with Rey Mysterio. This is a spot where he would look great winning.
He looks stupid.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking idiot. And then Bobby carrying him and gonna throw him through the stage, it just makes him look stupid, and Bobby already looks stupid enough. It's not helping either of them. You're not saving Bobby.
Yeah, I did think that he might be lawn darted like Kevin Nash did. I was like, oh, we're gonna get a replay of the old Attitude Era here, huh? Mysterio's like, hey, lawn dart me again, motherfuckers. I can take it.
I like to imagine if Bobby threw Ray at the TV screen, it wouldn't do shit. It just bounce off.
Yeah.
Like boop.
That's what I was gonna say. It's reinforced. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, I got here. Bobby gets a quick brutal win, drags Ray up the ramp by the mask, announces Lashley versus Braun at Extreme Rules will be a last man standing match. That makes that match seem a little bit more interesting, but
a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. The Bean over there misses Eddie Guerrero. So does Ray. In all of his matches, he usually does some sort of shout out to Eddie. Sometimes he'll do the little shimmy. Sometimes he'll do the little frog splash and stuff.
Yeah. I like the references overall when though it doesn't connect with everyone. Like when Andrade does, they're like saying it's the three amigos. I want it to be people who it means a lot to, and I want to know that it means a lot to them. But like when Andrade's doing the triple suplex, I don't know if that's a shout to Eddie.
They say it is. They announce it as it is. I don't know though. Let's see. Keith says he's not really into the last man standing match because they were down for like 15 minutes last week, so we know that they're going to fall over pretty quick. They do seem to... The thing is about those two characters, though, is they don't seem to get gassed real easily. They seem to get knocked out for as long as they need to be out for a thing, but then jump up out of fucking nowhere. Mm-hmm. So it really does feel like anyone's game.
Yeah.
I feel like something's going to happen and someone's going to have to get involved. There's going to be something crazy.
Yeah.
Something insane's going to happen there. That's why I think it's going to be kind of exciting, because both these characters are kind of no-selling characters.
Well,
God fucking damn it, Clump.
Last man standing match is not necessarily a no DQ match, right?
It is.
Oh.
The only rule is that you have to not get up.
Cool. I watch wrestling.
Yep. After that, we had AJ being interviewed by Charlie. He says he doesn't know anyone an explanation. She asks the club something, and they all look at her and they walk away.
Yeah.
I like AJ and the club together. I mean, I like AJ being a piece of shit like that. I'll fucking tell you anything.
He's a good heel. He didn't get a lot of time as a heel in TNA, but he's a good heel, and it's cool seeing the three of them together because it makes sense having them all together.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Mm-hmm. After that, we got No Way Jose versus Cesaro. No Way Jose looks strong for a little bit, but then Cesaro gets the win pretty fast. So he had like a couple hits of offense I thought looked pretty good, and I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. Jose's going to really showcase here.
No.
And then no. End it. Move on. So it's kind of a disappointment there. I think that you finally had No Way Jose come back. He's got a new look where he's got the camo pants and the throwback, and I thought, hey, maybe we could do something with No Way. He's being underutilized, and he was, I think he was a phenomenal athlete. But they're just not using him in any way.
And he was way over. I think he would have done better with more time in NXT.
I think so, too. I thought he got called up way early. I didn't understand why.
Because he got way over in NXT, and it was like, well, he's funny. Yeah. No, he can do more.
Yeah. I don't know where they're going with Cesaro. I feel like I don't have any issue with Cesaro being pushed up anywhere, but
Yes.
they feel like it feels like they're just building like the strongest mid card they can, maybe so he can put over the Demon or something. Like I don't know, I just don't know where you're going with it. They're making him really strong, and then we find out in a little bit one of the reasons why that might be making him so strong. But ultimately, I don't know if that's. I mean, that's a long-term thing for one match potentially.
Yeah.
We'll see. Then after that, Street Profits cut a very loud promo with lots of references to other things.
Profits cut a loud promo.
Yeah, they're yelling, man. I'm not a fan of all that.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
It's not like they're yelling because it's intense and they're in a fight with someone. They're yelling to be loud because I think they're insecure. That's what it comes off like.
You're yelling because you're scared of the size of your penis.
You're insecure. You don't know if what you're saying is funny, but you know if you say it loud enough, people are gonna laugh. They try too fucking hard. They're tryhards. These are the kinds of people who introduce themselves as, "Hey, I'm Montez. I'm probably the funniest person you're gonna meet tonight." What? That's the kind of way that they're talking and behaving. Just so you know, I'm really funny.
Sounds like a horrible date.
Yes.
These are all lines I use on dates. You're pissing me off. Just so you know, I'm really
And
funny.
you're a tryhard.
Does this look like a tryhard?
In some aspects. Trying hard to keep it in.
Oh, bad.
After that, we got some Canellis shit. Moving on. That's what I wrote. Then we get Bailey and Nikki cutting a promo about the Beat the Clock challenge. They announced Bailey with face Sarah Logan. What? No, hold on. They announced that Bailey's going to face Sarah Logan and Nikki's going to face Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
I was excited about that team up there. And by the way, I don't remember if they ever come back again, but
Maria and Mike Kanellis.
I'm happy if they never come back again.
They did come back later in the show, and it was really dumb.
I don't even know if I have a note about it.
They came back. He came back with pickles, and it was just it's
I might have walked out.
the thing you said about her, the signing and being pregnant. If that's true, I could see that. Like, fine, fuck you.
Yeah, we're gonna make you both look stupid.
We just signed Mark Henry to a 10-year contract. We paid a lot of money, and he's not doing great. Let's try and get him to leave.
No.
He never did.
Nope. After that, we go back to our Truth 24/7 spot where he starts singing the Jeff Jarrett theme song. Bruce Pritchard is officially back, man. Spend my days working hand and hand. I thought the spot was okay, but I wasn't overly thrilled with it.
No.
But it was all right. Viking Raiders then fought some jobbers, squashed them pretty hard. Then the 24/7 title comes running through. They
Cut the ring off.
Sit fucking right on the chest of Kurt Hawkins. They shit on his chest and push him out. Then they do something vicious to.
I thought
Zack
they were.
Ryder.
I thought they were Norse, not German.
Yo, everyone can shit on a chest.
It's in my chaser, Kurt. Kurt, it's in my chaser.
That's a good point. Roman then cuts a promo. I couldn't really make sense of it. I didn't know what he was fucking talking about. He came off a little weird in that one. He came off better in the next one, but this one I was like, what did that mean? I really wasn't sure what it meant. Then we had Ricochet versus Luke Gallows. Luke was super dominant in this match. Really cool, looked super great. And then Ricochet sneakily gets a win.
Or Keith. What if king shaming is my Keith? Or
We didn't shame that.
no, but I just couldn't speak English.
You just said if you're king.
No,
was
he said
Keith?
so. He said don't king shame, and I then said
Then you
kink,
said-
and
then
then
you
I
said
said
Keith
no,
was
no,
your
no.
kink.
And then I said don't. I was gonna say don't. What if kink shaming is my kink? But I said what if kink shaving is my king Keith? Because
Don't
I have
shave.
according to two people in Tucson, I have a voice for radio.
Yep. You have a personality for print.
I went to school for that.
As long as you can be edited and thrown away. Let's see. After that, AJ challenges Ricochet to fight Carl Anderson. He goes, you said you'd get all through us. So they had a Ricochet promo, which I thought was pretty good. Then AJ and the club are out there doing their shit. Carl Anderson and Ricochet have a match where Ricochet wins again, looking pretty good. I don't know, though, how much is it helping Ricochet to be getting the win over the club, and how much is it hurting the club? They're supposed to be coming back looking dominant and motherfuckers. Maybe this is like their last run of losses before there's like, this is fucking done.
Yeah.
And this could be what they need to be really pissed off is at Ricochet to do some fucking heinous shit at Extreme Rules.
I agree. But I also think it doesn't Ricochet has a lot of room to fall, whereas the club and even to me AJ, they don't. AJ is proven he's fantastic, but you attach him to the club and he losing a lot, looking at this it diminishes him rapidly. They need wins. They don't need losses.
Now, I do think that it's possible to pull out of a loss, and I think if anyone could, it'd be the club. I think that it's possible that here you have them losing to this little fucking twerp, this little flippy dude. They get pissed off enough to be like, there's no fucking way we're going to keep losing to this one dude, and then they just fucking crush him, and now Ricochet has to build his own team to get his fucking shit back.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're all going to get involved and get AJ the U.S. title. Now you're going to have Ricochet being like, no, that's not cool. You guys are motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But who's going to help Ricochet? He's got no friends.
Oh.
Was he ever part of a faction, even somewhere else?
Just him and Black.
Aleister Black.
Yeah. Lucha House Party. Because Underground, Lucha Underground.
Him and Black. I mean, you could
He
do.
puts his Puma mask back on.
Hell yeah, I'd be cool with it. I mean, I think it'd be cool to see more factions. So like thinking of that and like how would you book it? I don't think Black would be a good choice for him. I think.
I don't know who you put him with.
And for some reason I thought Finn because he's attached, but I want Finn in the club. If you're gonna do this, I want Finn in that.
Yeah, but if you have Finn and Ricochet and a mysterious number 3, then you can have some tensions with the club where now they have to pick between Finn and AJ.
They're gonna put Ali in it. We didn't talk about that. I'm really not a fan of these Ali segments.
I don't mind them, but they don't excite me.
They diminish him. And to me, when he comes out like this one where he talked, I was like, okay. I've seen Devils, and it just annoyed me. It's like, I don't really like this. I felt kind of uncomfortable. I was like, okay, this is...
I did too, and I didn't really like his like, so I asked the devil to dance. And it's like, it also came off a little try hard where it's almost all like, just so you, like, hi, my name's Ali. I'm the deepest person you're going to meet tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm Ali. I'm a police officer. I help kids on
Ricardo, thanks for coming in and saying, hey, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the speed test. He's got to go to a speed test. Have fun, dude. Thanks for tuning in.
Speed test.
It's a thing. He's going to test drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
It doesn't take too long.
He'll be back fast. I'm scared when you start hitting me. It didn't go well last week.
Yeah, I broke your nose. Here, give me some ice cubes. I'm going to do a thing here.
Producer, there's no towels
Now
on
that
me.
my coworkers are gone, we're going to get started. What's up?
You need towels already?
Yeah,
No,
he's
there's no
making
paper
those.
towels. I'm just telling you proactively, in case shit goes wrong, it's on you now.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Spend my days by... After that, where are we at? Oh, so the club, Finn. I want them to all be part of a big faction too, and I want there to build tension between Finn and AJ. But who's Finn about to go against? He was doing a Shinsuke thing.
Yep.
You have a heel Shinsuke. Do you think Shinsuke could turn face and get Finn to turn heel, and then heel Finn can join the club? Do you think those are the two people who could do it?
I think they could do a double turn.
I think they could too.
Because I think I could see Finn looking weak in a match. Have him be the demon. It's got to be long term. Have him be the demon. Have him be in the match with Shinsuke, and have him be on the downside where it's like he's about to lose, and then
the club saves his ass.
While he turns, so they come out and it's like what the hell, and then he turns on Shinsuke and it's like whoa, and have Shinsuke look really dominant, and had Shinsuke have spots where he could go for like the low blow and he doesn't.
Yeah. No speak a low blow. Um,
I don't blow guys.
Then let's see. So after that, heel AJ beats the shit out of Ricochet. A bunch of heel antics there with them, and I really liked it. I really like wherever this is going. I hope they have long-term plans with it. JR said on his podcast this week that, probably last week's actually, that, whoops, I'm pushing buttons. Something's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see. Oh, that's a message that you sent. I thought it was a message sent to me. Sorry. Still learning the program. It's only been 6 months. It's not a long time to learn something.
That's a quarter of the way to an associate's degree.
Yeah, I got mine sleeping. What were we talking about?
Associate's degrees.
No, we
Last
weren't talking
week,
about.
the podcast. you talked
JR was saying that he's nervous that this might be a thing, because now the rumor is this, that the club signed 5-year deals. I will say this about the dirt sheets. They're so fucking stupid. They actually put out there as a headline how much, Meltzer says how much their contracts are worth. And then the quote is, well, they turned down $500,000, so you can take a guess from that. The fuck does that mean? It means it was probably more than that.
Plus, here's the...
And then on the Xbox podcast, the girl that does it, Denise, she goes, and she quotes that and says, so then, like, it's easy to assume it's got to be, like, millions. Or it could be 750.
No.
You know?
$500,010.
Yeah.
500,000.
I just think that we're all jumping to conclusions, and no one should be jumping to conclusions. And stop saying you have a fact when you say you can assume this knowledge.
Maybe...
Facts.
Hey, and maybe they're principled men who wanted less. No,
Yeah.
50 grand.
Yeah.
And their wife's
I'm
quitting.
gonna-
What the fuck? Why?
We're not going to accept this, Vince.
Also,
you're
500
paying us too much.
As far as anything I've heard from people, 500,000 for people on TV is not a lot for them if you're doing bigger events. Because I know a lot of contracts for a lot of people are a lot higher than that. Like
Yeah, they're signing some pretty big contracts right now to keep people. And JR even said there was one guy he saw that was recently offered $500,000, who is not even a high mid-level guy, a low card guy. And I was like, cool, that's good for them. But so the concern being that they may have signed these new big contracts, and it may have been under the agreement or the knowledge, hey, we really want to push you guys. We really want to pull the trigger on this club stuff. Let's really get it done. But is this a short-term stint to convince people to stay, or is this a long-term storyline because it's what's best for business or whatever, right? So that's their concern. And it's mine too. I do know that the club not being utilized was a big factor for them as far as not wanting to stay. When they were all liquored up, they were talking about it. We talked about the club a lot, about the Bullet Club a lot. But that was a huge factor in what was upsetting them. So I could see where if they were saying, hey, we're pulling the trigger on this thing, stick around. If they're like, well,
if you really mean it.
yeah. Let's see. After that, we got a promo for Evolve. I liked it. I like the little commercials they're doing for Evolve. I think it was cool.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's cool.
I like how on the bottom it said, fuck yo charity.
Didn't see that.
I didn't say that. But
Eat a dick, Kenny Omega. Can't. Like a bunch of.
I wish Kevin Owens would say that I'm the real KO, and then get other people start talking what he means by that, and it's the Kenny Omega.
One of the best Canadian wrestler named with KO as initials.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the best KO to come out of Winnipeg.
Always, whenever that happens, I always just remember Jericho in the match. Go back to Toronto for Winnipeg, you idiot!
Yeah, that's true. It's funny. Let's see. After that, we got Truth doing 24/7 title again, chasing Drake. Then we get Shane seeing some limping guy with a mop bucket and a stick. If you guys look, there's no mop head on that thing. He had a stick in the mop bucket, but not all the way down. It was clipped on it, and he's pushing it, and it was just end to end. It was like a shower curtain rod that they had put on a mop bucket so he could push it and limp.
If I'm going to pick someone to wrestle with my guy, and I see someone who has not even a mop, and pushing a mop bucket, that is the man.
Yeah.
You, sir,
He's
you
like-
are perfect.
Is that dude trying to mop with a stick?
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done. That guy's limping.
Yeah.
Plus, he's trying to mop with just a stick.
Is
And it's a
Eugene-
dry stick.
When did we bring Eugene back to TV?
Yeah. So then they follow him into the bathroom. That was cool.
He was just an usher.
Yeah.
They follow him into the bathroom.
Yeah. That's what they did. They're like, it was weird.
Here out of the corner, do you know about glory holes? What the fuck?
Close the door, close the door.
You go in this stall, I go in this stall. No, you put, and well, it's more of a hand thing, sometimes mouth. Anyway, do you want to be a tag team partner after this? It's important. This is this first, then we'll talk about business opportunities.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then we got Bailey versus Sarah Logan. I thought they both looked great in this match. Really cool. Sarah looked really strong. She looked really lean.
Yeah.
She looked a lot like she came out and I was all like, oh shit, she's looking a little ripped and a little lean. She's looking.
She lost weight.
Yeah, she was. And I know that she's been showing a lot of her Instagram right now is her heavy lifting. So I know she's been working out a lot with her husband. I was like, fuck, she's looking like she's putting in the work. You know what
Mixed
I mean?
match challenge, she throws him.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. She does a scoop slam on him.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What? Dude, can you imagine? That would fucking
I'd be-
blow you
yeah.
up. Let's
WWE
see.
forever.
Bailey does get the win, but it's at like the 4.5 minute mark. And then we got Nikki versus Dana. And Nikki wins with nearly 2 minutes left. Like, she dominated that thing. Like, she could have kept playing with Dana if she wanted. There was really cool spots with Dana running around and saying hi to Bailey and being like, I'm just going to fuck with Nikki and she's not going to win this thing. And then she wins. I almost wonder if the idea was Bailey being like, if I'm not going to win the thing, I'm going to let Sarah showcase. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go out there and do a 2 minute, 15-second match with Sarah Logan just to lose with Nikki doing a short match with Dana. If I'm going to lose, then Sarah's going to look good.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it felt like in that match because it was just, there was too much of a gap there. There usually isn't that big of a gap where I was all like, I wonder if they just went long, just being like, fuck it, keep going. You're the star tonight. Like,
Which
and
is
she's
awesome.
been trying to build Sarah Logan too. She was even saying when she first got it, hey, where's Sarah? Where's Liv? Let's do this. You know, like, she's been saying in her promos too, I want to build the women's division. I want the Riot Squad. Like, so, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. That's what it looked like to me from the outside looking in. Ultimately, Nikki calls Bailey into the ring, cuts a promo on her, says they're going to make the match 2-on-1 handicap match. Keeps saying that Bailey needs to get a friend to slap sense into her. So Bailey slaps Nikki's face off. You get a Bailey to belly and a flying elbow, and then Bailey dancing and cheering like I beat the shit out of her. Like, it was funny, but yeah. And so now we got a 2-on-1 handicap, Alexa and Bailey.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder how that's going to play out. Nikki saying that they're going to be the first co-champions. Another gimmick that they tried with KO and Sammy. I think it has to fall apart, right? Like,
It has to be. I think if I don't want Bailey to lose a belt, but if Bailey were going to lose a belt, I could see this being an awesome thing where either if she loses it, then immediately Alexa's like, this is mine, and then the split, or have them lose. Bailey continues it, but have it be like.
or can you imagine if Nikki gets the pin, the ref hands the belt to Nikki, and Alexa rips it out of Nikki's hand and shoves her to the ground and says, and then holds it up. You know what I mean? Like, this is mine. And then you see Nikki all like, what the fuck? You know?
Shit's on.
Yeah, I could see that, but I want Bailey to win for all the obvious reasons. I don't know how it's going to play out, and I guess on a prediction show.
I didn't know you were a Bailey fan.
Wait, we're not doing prediction show. You just said you're going to be out of town, so.
Well, Sunday I'm working. It's Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm in Phoenix, and that's why I'm working Sunday.
Are you going to be back on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm airport.
Oh.
Yeah.
After that, we got Corey Graves randomly getting upset about Seth and Becky and storming off to go, quote, ask the tough questions. It was really out of place and weird. Because this was happening while the Bailey and Nikki promo was happening. Corey Graves just interrupts it and says, "This is ridiculous. I'm going to go ask the tough questions. Nobody's asking. I'm going to go find Seth and Becky. I'll be back," and storms off. And it's like, what the fuck was that? And why did it have to happen there?
Just go and then cut to him. So when my wife left me, what kind of advice would you give to a man who's broken?
Well,
and his outbursts are just a reflection of his inequities regarding his relationship.
Did you see there was a Twitter beef a little bit this week with Corey and a fan? A fan put out a thing saying, hey, like added Stephanie McMahon and was like, "Hey, Stephanie, as a woman fan of the product, can you please tell Corey to stop talking to Renee like a doormat and more like a human being?" And his response was, "Shut the fuck up, Renee is my best friend." The fuck?
Therefore.
And then, therefore, and then Renee made a comment like, "I could hold my own." And I was like, okay. And, and then Corey's all like, "Not everything has to be a fucking social issue." Okay, let's not talk about how you treat Renee like shit. How about we talk about how you objectify and sexualize every fucking woman on the show who has fake boobs?
Yeah, no, every blonde woman. It's producer.
I thought that and wrestling was supposed to kind of respond to social issues or be the social commentary of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand that comment.
Yeah.
If that's how he's responding.
Well, I could say that one thing that I could see as a response, thinking of this company and how they attempt to do that, is they dissuade when it is something a hard question sometimes, and I can see them say, well, clearly it's a commentary on like the Me Too movement, and it's a poor one if it is, and I don't believe it is. I think it's just someone's telling him, yeah, man, guys like, an announcer to really hype up the women. Because you know how Jerry did it. Or, just be how you are with women. The thing is, no. If you're going to do that and be that, pick not fucking big, tickle bitty having blondes and pick someone else.
That's what I mean. It's just too obvious too often where it's all like, all right, if you don't have fake boobs, he's going to talk shit about you. And that's just it. Everyone else, it's like he's going to say how much everyone needs to shut up so he can stare at them.
And just because he's not saying someone, and just because he's not calling someone a dog or making them sound like, or objectifying their bodies negatively, the absence is still present because you're hearing all the positive for one. It's really fucked.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely horrible. And so, if you want to say that, hey, we're friends who talk shit to each other, okay. But if you want to say that's not a social issue, let's talk about your social issue then, you fuck.
I think it'd be hilarious as a counterpoint to this, have a female announcer doing the Corey equivalent to men.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Oh well, they tried that with Alexa for a little bit, remember?
Oh, yeah.
But go Corey level, because sometimes
She was being all like weird to Finn. "Can I touch your abs? You look pretty bulgy." Like it was weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is weird. It's upsetting, and when it happens, it went from me liking Corey because he was a heel commentator to, like, of late, you're just like, you're a frat guy who hates getting turned down.
Yeah.
You're guy at the end of the night. You went out to the bar. You bought new jeans with a bunch of bedazzled bullshit on the back. You got some Jordans on. You got this button-up shirt with a collar popped, and you didn't get a girl, and you're like, it's all these bitches not talking to me. Yeah, all these women they don't know what they're missing with me. And it's like,
I bought them drinks, and then they fucking just scoff.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? They owe me.
Yeah, they get all weird. They think I'm gonna give them a roofie or something like that after and I got that killer roofie joke, guys.
Yeah.
He's a turd.
He's the dude who comes back from campus and goes, "I like the view." What?
He's the guy who goes.
Why did you say that?
He's the guy that at any job is like, oh, how's it like working with her?
Yeah.
He's the guy he's the guy who outside of the public thing is like, you know what? It'd be let me clean your chair for you, Alexa, and wipes his face or lap.
Yeah. So I thought that was stupid. Then Corey makes himself look even more stupid in the interview. Becky talks mad shit to Corey, and it's awesome. Then Seth just watches and smiles and goes, yeah, what she said, and walks off. And I was like, good. I was actually surprised that Corey had a second segment with Becky after the last time when she snapped the mic out of his hand and went and stood on the announce table and said, I'm not sharing a ring with you.
What did she say? What smack did she talk?
I don't remember. I just remember it was good shit. I'm sure you could find it.
I don't remember.
But she was talking shit to him. We'll find it. But let's see. After that, we had the Street Profits cutting another loud prediction promo where all they talked about was Extreme Rules and who they thought was going to win. There's more of that. And then we had Shane and Drew versus Roman and Gary the Goat Garba. Shane and Drew get the win over Gary the Goat. Gary was Cedric Alexander the whole time.
Yeah.
Why did he have to come in and lose?
Well, at the end, and comes out, has the mask. It's like,
He was wearing the Alberto Del Rio mask. Isn't that fucked up? That was Alberto's mask when he was in Mexico before he came up to WWF and they made him take it off.
I mean,
And then they're all like, here, put it on Cedric. The fuck does it matter?
he ain't wearing it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know any company is like, I'd like to work with Alberto Del Rio right now.
Yeah.
He's consistently bad
Yep.
and
And awful to work with.
Yeah.
But the match was not good. I don't feel like the heat on the match was good. I don't know why you'd bring back Cedric Alexander to do all that cool shit and then have him lose. Like, it feels like that you'd have a surprise like that to have a win. Because now Cedric Alexander goes back to nothing. It didn't build him into anything. It's not like he can now come back and Shane wants to face him because how dare you embarrass me? It was, oh, that little dude tried to do something and we stomped him down. That was fucking weird, right? And then they move on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see how it helps Cedric. It made for a couple cool moments at the end of the show where you're like, oh, Gary's fucking flipping. Even when he walked out. So when they go and it's like, oh, we'll put a mask on you. The immediate conversation, I turn to the producer. I go, all right, let's start thinking of black wrestlers we haven't seen in a while. Someone's got to come out. And so then when he comes out and he's 2 feet shorter than Gary was when he first appeared with the mop stick, we're like, is that Xavier Woods? I thought it was Apollo Crews. She thought it was Xavier Woods. It was Cedric Alexander all along. We were foiled, and yet his career's in the same spot.
Yep. It does, and he's not going to be part of this feud, really.
Nope.
It's
He's
just,
done with it.
So all it does is, like, you're opposed to Shane? Cool. Everyone is. You're just, like, the lower mid-card of this, like, group of people who... You're the lower card of this group of people who don't like Shane.
Yeah.
So now we have to find someone for you to face against in this thing. So what, B-Team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty lackluster Raw overall. I liked the Bayley-Nikki storyline making some traction and moving some more because it looks like they put a lot of thought into this one.
Was it really a bad Raw, or was it such a letdown from last week?
No, I think it was a bad Raw because when I went back, because my brother had said this Raw was shit, and I was like, it wasn't shit, and I was like, they had
Yeah, it was shit.
The Club and Bayley and Nikki. And I was like, so there's those. The rest of it,
No, and I agree with you. I just wanted
like there
to
was
throw that out.
there was two storylines throughout it that I thought were worth watching.
It felt like in the middle between, like, women, it was so much like, I am happy we started with a match. The match was stupid, but I'm happy we started with a match. It did feel, with the amount of Shane on it, almost like when a few weeks ago we had a Raw we were talking about, and I felt like, cool, in case you didn't see the first intro segment, don't worry, the start of the second hour has a fucking another one.
Yeah, the same one again.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good. There's not a lot of interesting stuff happening there. There's just a little bit. So then SmackDown happens, and I would say a little lackluster there too, but a little bit more interesting stuff at least.
It felt really WCW to me. It really felt Bischoff-y to me because of the start with the outside thing.
The outstart. Oh yeah, that's super.
I felt like this is way...
Yeah, the fight outside, KO getting his lip busted open, Shane telling Dolph to go inside and tell KO to get the fuck out because KO's officially a face now.
Yeah.
And then during the opening, KO just comes out like during the opening like, what are we fighting for? And the lights and the fans are like, I'm a son, I'm a son. And then KO's like, stab it!
Stop the
Stab
intro! I'm talking here!
Stab it right now!
And he's so goddamn good.
Give me what I want.
And I loved also they did they re-aired that part where he's like, "You used to be the number one."
Oh yeah.
So good.
Oh, it was so good, yeah. And then, KO comes out, just unloads on Shane McMahon. Shane comes off, and he's like, no, cut his mic, man. Cut his mic. Cut his mic. Like, the fact that no one knew how to cut a mic was awesome to me. They did such a good job, yeah. Jimmy Corderas, referee, says this was him saying, like, oh, guys, everyone should be really happy. CM Punk's back. And he goes, except this sounds going to be way better. You know what I mean? And I agree with that entirely. He didn't say it that way, and I don't mean to twist his words around. Check out his Instagram to see how he worded it, but he did say that he has a lot of faith in KO. And I agree. KO is amazing at this. They cut his mic a couple times, and he gets on the headset.
Give me your goddamn mic, Byron.
Byron's there, and he just snaps it off, and you see Byron like, fuck, and he's just like talking into the headset. So cool. Did a great job with it. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
And then it was... I put a note on it later on. They replay the whole thing again, just in case anyone thought this was like real. Like, no, this was supposed to happen, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what amazing looks like. And then right after that, Shane comes out, cuts his mic off a couple times. KO ultimately runs off into the crowd. Then we get Finn Balor versus Shinsuke and Nakamura.
Oh, yeah.
On the Jim Cornette thing, he says during that, he goes, and then this guy comes out, knock it off. And I was like, so good. Shinsuke gets the win in a hard-hitting, well-paced match.
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot of near countouts.
And I missed seeing Shinsuke. And I missed seeing Shinsuke perform. And it really, I think it was a chance, and I think talking about how we book matches and how this is just a crop. It's like a group project.
Yeah.
And Finn and Shinsuke really highlighted each other. And it's like, there's a reason you have this guy here from Japan. You may not be using him well, but you have something fantastic there.
Oh, yeah. It was absolutely great. I loved all the near countouts.
Mm-hmm.
So this is clearly going to lead into something like a...
Chaos versus... Chaos versus Bullet Club.
What? Who was in Chaos?
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke
Shinsuke was
who?
the head of Chaos.
With who?
Well, this is in...
Kenta?
No. In NJPW, Chaos was Shinsuke Nakamura, Kazuchika Okada, Geto, Jetto, Toru Yano, silly guy, and then other ones too. Like, you'd have other ones just come in, but it was good.
So he's got no one.
No one. He doesn't have shit here. Okay.
He's alone.
Baron Corbin.
But I thought they're gonna do a cool either no count out match or a last man standing match coming between the two of them down the line. Shinsuke does get the win over the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, and that's what I mean. This could be a good time for Shinsuke to turn face and Balor to turn heel. You fucked up my title reign, bro.
Well, like I said, have it be the match goes and him be, I'm coming at you as the demon. I don't lose, and then
have him almost lose, and the club comes out and goes, you're not losing.
Because the demon doesn't have to be face or heel. The demon could just be a fucking demon.
Yep, he's a goddamn demon.
Yeah.
Noises. Let's see. Then Shane gets Dolph to agree to take Roman on since KO was kicked out. So it was supposed to be KO and Dolph in the main event. KO gets thrown out, and then Dolph's like, "This is some bullshit." And he goes, "You're a main eventer. You're a main eventer. You should be in the main event." And he's like, "Yeah, say main event again." And then he puts him in there with Roman.
Wild card. No.
I don't know who's a wild card in this one or not, but all of them are to me, as far as I can tell. So Roman makes his return to SmackDown since he was announced as a SmackDown talent. How nice.
Yeah.
Then we got a Samoa Joe and Kofi video package, which was really well done. Reminds you how cool that could be, and also how much heat is not there. Like, why are they not doing promos? Like, why are they talking? Where's the Hey Wendy's? Where's the AJ Nighttime story? Where's the fucking mean ass motherfucker who said, unless you shake my hand, I'm gonna torment your fucking family? And here he is just being like, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Well, and I think it'd be cool if I don't want Kofi to lose it here, but I want it to be a loss by DQ or something. Joe, because Joe's saying, I know you're gonna fight me again, and just beats his ass down.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna fight me again after this, and just look strong as hell, and then maybe build it because it should build more because Joe looks good. Joe is a great heel, and I liked Kofi last week. Like I said, this week was kind of a wet fart with this. It was just like, okay, whatever. Like we also have this. This is also appearing. Like,
I don't know why Samoa Joe wasn't tormenting Big E and Kofi. Why he wasn't there with suddenly like his kid's shirt or jacket or something. And be like, where'd you get that?
His kid's clothes covered in blood.
Yeah, like some fucking like, what the fuck is that?
These are your kids'
like,
blood covered underwear. What did you do? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like where's our
Ask Wendy.
destructor?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a letdown in that regard, but otherwise we ended up getting Bayley and Nikki doing a contract signing. I really liked that segment. The Nikki and Bayley going back and forth. Bayley's looking real comfortable on the mic, doing really good with that. Nikki looks like she knows what she's doing, although I'm starting to like her character less just because it reminds me of how awesome her character used to be. And remember the intro we got to her? When Becky's all like, I just want someone to fight. I'll play with you, Becky. You know? And she's like looking back and forth, like, let's play. And she just starts screaming and throwing the mic. And then so like, oh, NXT's Twisted Sister.
And now she just kind of comes off
Sheepish.
Yeah.
Sheepish and defensive of Alexa. And I get that to a degree, but it reminds me of what she used to be and what we have now, and it makes me a little sad.
Yep.
I'm also an annoying kid.
Yep.
Why is an annoying kid fucking censored on mine?
Ooh, annoying kid is censored.
Am I like a schoolyard bully and skinhead?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think it was like a month or two ago when we thought that Nikki could be a tag team with the Fiend.
Oh yeah.
And now I cannot see
way.
that. It's a different character, it looks like.
Well, because the deal was this, is that she's got this nice side and Bray has the Mr. Rogers side. So the idea is that her and Bray could be super nice and thanks for everything. And then when it gets time for the brass tacks, the Fiend comes out and then the crazy comes out. I still think it's possible, but it's going to be harder to make me believe it now.
Keith, half of the what is censored? It censored the word there.
Yeah, hard dick.
Half of my hard dick is censored?
Yep. Yeah, you get none of that now.
Black box.
Yeah. This is bullshit.
Damn it!
Let's see. Then what happens if you type it? Does it censor it if you type it? Oh my god, you just exited the
God
screen.
damn it.
You piece of shit.
I don't like Twitch.
God damn it, Clump. Let's see. After that, we get Carmella versus Nikki. Nikki gets the win. Bayley's ringside. The pace was kind of slow, and I didn't think there was a lot of chemistry between the two of them, and I really expected there to be some. I felt like Nikki and Carmella together seemed like off the top of, like on paper, like, hey, this could be pretty fucking great, and it was pretty lackluster. Say fuck. Yes. Say fuck ass.
Fuck ass.
Yeah. Say. That's not how you spell ass. You're an idiot.
Does it have dollar signs?
No, that works. He can say fuck. Now, hey, Keith, can you call him a fuck ass so we can see if it censors the response? Sierra sees no censor. Oh, he said fuck ass to me. What do you say to you?
Yep.
Yeah. So when you say it, it's uncensored. When someone says it to you, they're protecting your delicate little ears.
Or eyes.
I just wanted to reference the South Park V-ship. Big floppy donkey dick.
We all know what you're doing. I'm going to send a Dorito. Bloop. Let's see. Yeah, so you can be a dick, but you can't be a dick to me. That's the I can say it, but I can't take it filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can send the demon face that looks like it has a penis nose. Okay.
Let's see. After that, we got.
You got some pipes there.
Ooh, we got the Kabuki Warriors and the Iconics in the segment where Paige slaps Billy Kay in the face and calls them clowns.
And I liked.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna like this.
Yeah.
And then you can't fight.
Yeah. You're sick. You got mad cow bird bitch disease.
Mad cow bird hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was so great. Paige slaps her right in the fucking face. Yeah, I thought it was amazing. On a similar note, for those of you who are keeping score at home, they did finally release the replica titles for the Tag Team Women's Championships. This is after they released the ECW title, the Shawn Michaels red and black strap title that he never wore, the Ric Flair 70th birthday title, the Daniel Bryan Earth Friendly title. All of these out before the Tag Team Championship titles were released, and all of these were storyline-wise nowhere near the time frame. So the problem with it the most to me is right now we're in a state where I don't want that replica, even though I tweeted at WWE Shop regularly to create these replica titles, and now I kind of don't want them. I want something to happen.
They have
Oh, the 24/7 title came out like that, dude. Yeah, they have a replica of the 24/7 fucking title that was out a week after it debuted.
Why the goddamn ass is fucking Daniel Bryan's wood and burlap one $400?
It's $400 fucking dollars, dude, and it never goes on sale. I said if it hit 150, I would have bought it in an instant. If you hit it at 200, I go, well, maybe I'll work overtime. And I probably would have talked myself into getting it for 200. But at $400 fucking dollars, go piss yourself. I'm gonna piss on your pants.
That looks like a DIY challenge.
It also,
I have a wood shop. I'll make the fucking belt.
ooh,
Matt Brown
I'll
has
make-
a wood shop too.
Matt Brown too.
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
Matt Brown. I'll put on my jewels on your belt. Dude, if you look at this too,
What is
this
that?
right here is acrylic.
Yeah,
That's like,
it's got a fucking subway tile on it.
it's
Got
yeah,
fucking subway tile.
yes, and then that is just one piece that they've put random grooves into. Where if you look, why does your thing suck dick, dude?
I'm in the app for the WWE store. I'm not.
There we go.
I know.
If you look when you're zooming, that's one piece that they put random grooves in that aren't even. If you look at the belt that Daniel Bryan has and what they took a picture of when Access at WrestleMania
fuck?
released it, and they put it with little individual turquoise stones, I was like, oh, they could at least put fucking plastic stones in there. And no, they put one slab and was like,
So the back plate is just straight up wood veneer, like for a cheap house. Oh, dude, I'm making this.
make it.
Yeah,
Oh, Stackhouse like go piss yourself. Maybe that'll be our shirt. The tip of the nut and go piss yourself.
I'll piss on your pants.
Yeah.
Only WWE belt shop. You love their shirt shop.
Oh, they got a new Bailey shirt. I like that. It said release your inner Bailey. That's what I'm doing.
Immediately instant positivity.
Yeah. I am going to release my instant Bailey right now. As I tell you to go piss yourself. For fucking up the women's titles.
Don't kink shame.
Right? That's not king shaming.
Yeah. What if kink shaming is your kink?
Well, then you have to do it on my chest.
Back to SmackDown.
What? So I really liked the Kabuki Warrior segment there. I also thought it peculiar that the tag team champions didn't have their fucking titles with them, and that pissed me off too.
Yep.
Fuck these clowns. Yo, I didn't catch every word that that Paige said to them, but I heard it as it was happening. I was like, oh! She just tore them a fucking apart. I loved it. Then we had a Roman promo, which was short and direct, and I thought that's how you do a Roman promo because I liked it.
Me, Roman, me fight. Cool, good, done. Thank you.
Yeah, and he looked good doing it, and I was all like, yeah, go fight, dude. I was behind him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Keep it short, keep it direct, quit trying to have him be on plain fucking be. You don't know what you're doing, dude. Just fucking stick to the point. Like, when you give these guys promo bullet points, his needs to be one bullet point.
Me,
Just say,
Roman.
I'm tough.
Roman, fight. Cool. I'm Roman, and I
Roman,
fight.
Roman, no give up and punch, 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 spear.
So basically, he needs to sound like 11 from Stranger Things.
Yes.
This is YouTuber, like his description of Brock Lesnar is Bork Loudner.
Yeah.
Bork fights. Bork hurt. Bork feel emotion.
I know a little bit about borking. Let's see. Then after that, we got a New Day promo. Not short and direct, long and girthy. Matter of fact, this one had loads of innuendo.
A lot of tips.
Yeah, this is the one where Big E kept talking about the tip of the neck.
It wasn't the threesome he expected.
He talked about flaccid. They were getting really fucking wienery. It was
Toward the
pretty
end of it,
cool.
I put penis in things.
Yeah. Penis.
I want to
Penis.
give you a good penising.
Yeah, it was kind of just a little Wesley Willis style. Penis, fucking the ass.
Yes, you're putting-
Then we had the Planet's Champion come out and say, quit talking about wieners. That was cool. And then Heavy Machinery came out and said, oh, the meat bar.
Also, Heavy Machinery were blue collar. I was like, fuck off. I'm like, guys, you don't have. Why are we doing this to them? It's kind of like, it's the one thing I don't like. We're blue collar. I don't like that.
You know what would make me like it? If Heath Slater joined them.
I needed a gig. I just needed a gig.
Look, man, I got kids, and you're hardworking, and I'm hardworking.
Yeah.
You know? And then you'd have a New Day.
Penis promo. You're hard working.
Oh, yeah. You work hard.
Yeah.
Keith likes that. Said
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Bring Heath Slater into it, man. Then we end up getting Otis versus Daniel Bryan versus Xavier Woods. Otis does a double suplex.
That was such a good spot. I was like,
That was fucking cool. And then like you could see his face just like about to burst, and he's like, "Bring it on it!" And then right as they start to split, he goes, "Yeah, we can go down."
toward the end of it, when I was watching, I was like, he looks really gassed. Like when he did the character, I was like, shit. Because he like did it, it's like, ugh. Like I was just like, yeah, he looks.
Yeah,
done.
he like jumps up and slips and is like, "I'll get it. I'll still connect. I got it."
Guys, this is a lot longer. I don't know if you noticed. I'm 400 pounds and 5'10". This is a lot of moving.
She said, "You should actually just do it from there. Just bring it down a little bit."
Sorry,
So
I'm
we
loud.
got pretty loud. We got loud. She's got kids, just like Heath Slater. Hey, give me an ice cube. Give me an ice cube before I break your nose. Let's see. Then we get Big E, Tucker, and Rowan start fighting on the outside, and they get thrown out so they can reset the match. And then we get Otis getting the win. Yeah, I was okay with Otis getting a win here. I think it was cool.
I think he needed
Daniel
a break.
Bryan, yeah. Daniel Bryan looked all pissed about it, which was cool. I think this could be a cool rivalry between the three of them. It definitely brings relevance to the tag titles, which I don't believe are present on Raw. Who were the tag champions over? It's the Revival still. That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glad I remember that.
And then, so there was a tweet also where they put in Extreme Rules, there's going to be, I believe it's a 2 out of 3 falls or some shit in Extreme Rules even, which I thought, wow, I thought you would cut that for pay-per-view so you don't overdo it. But they're doing a match
They
there.
have commercials for the goddamn belts.
Let's see. Oh, I'm being, on account of all the dickness, she's turning the volume down. She's all like, hey, the kids are going to have to ask about this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I taught your
that's
kids
true.
new words.
Well, that's kind of the entire show now, right? Aren't kids asking, what do they do?
That's true too. Like, how do you respond to that from a parent standpoint when Biggie says that stuff? Do the kids pretend to laugh and then you just go, "There's no way they know, right?"
Just over-explain it, ruin their lives.
Yeah. Here's the thing about scrotums, kid.
Oh, let's start with her when it doesn't work.
Yeah. This from a woman
Let me
whose
show you my
husband's
blue
nickname
friend.
throughout all of his life was Scrotom. Kevlar, yeah. Scrotom. That was what he went by willingly. She says they do. They laugh and pretend, and then everyone's laughing. Get the kids to leave. Keith's wondering where Kevlar is. He didn't feel like coming in, so he's not in.
God damn it.
True story.
The man's wife's here.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck?
Doesn't make it okay.
But the tag titles Revival, so they have a match with the Usos, and someone on Twitter said, "Oh, check it out! This 600 times in a lifetime matchup." And the Revival responded with, "We have had 2 matches against the Usos in a traditional tag team match twice. ever. You guys complain about everything. And I was like, that's fair. They've been involved in a storyline for quite some time and haven't had like a focused several matches. So it's actually, I like the way that they've been building it that way.
Plus, it's a good match. I'm okay with like when it was Usos New Day over and over again. Cool. They're doing good matches. This is okay.
Oh,
yeah.
No, yeah, it's those kind of workhorses can do it, but also their storyline with the Usos remind me some of the Attitude Era when no one was having finishes. Every match was getting interfered with. Remember, there was a while there for like 2 years where it's all like, unless it was a pay-per-view, you weren't getting a clean win.
Yeah. What's wrong with you? When you said the horses can do it, it just made me giggle. Horses can
do it.
Yeah.
They're stallions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Keith, Kevlar worked like 24 hours straight, and he goes, "Ew, I should sleep eventually." And it's like, oh my God, please.
You told me he's a plumber, right?
Not that kind of.
Okay.
Let's see. After that, we got the Kevin Owens replay from earlier in the night, and then we get Ember, who encounters Sonya and Mandy in the Chow Hall. That's what I'll call it. And then you see Drake Maverick hiding under a table because he's a troll. And then they challenge her to find a tag team partner for a match next week, and she goes, "We'll see. Maybe I'll find somebody." And it's like, well, they've been hinting at this Carmella business this whole time, but Carmella's on quite the losing streak, so
Maybe
what
not.
do we think? Yeah, what do we do? Yeah, what a cry.
Ellsworth.
Always wanting to sleep, idiot. We're gonna sleep one today. Ugh.
Oh, no.
Dummy.
Wait, what the?
Yes! Crybaby was censored from Clump because of his delicate ears. They were afraid you were calling Clump a crybaby, and he cannot handle that emotionally.
It makes
so
it-
it was censored.
It makes it better because they start cutting down to like, what did you say? Cunt?
Yeah, it looked
What
a lot like, he's like, what did his wife just call him? Oh my god, he's like, what up? Beep.
Wow, I thought they had a similar dynamic to me and my wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're like, their relationship's a lot more like mine than I thought.
oh, you prick. Oh, I
Yeah.
love you too, bitch.
So what Keith said?
Yeah, Keith said delicacy. Yeah, take a screenshot of the censored there and send that to me because I really am a fan of that. Let's see. So yeah, I want Amber and Carmella to team up, but I don't see them teaming up to be successful. So I don't know where you go with this, but I like that Sonya, Mandy, and Ember are all involved in something. They're all great. After that, you got the Ali promo that you were not a fan of.
Nope.
Because he's all, I'm going to dance with the devil on the family night.
I'm a police officer.
I'm a police officer.
Put my life in the line every day.
No, we're not even a police officer.
That's not how he sounds.
Well, that's how he sounds.
My name's Ali. I'm a police officer. Respect my authority.
I'm a police officer. I'm a police officer. And then after that, we get Aleister Black with his fake confusion acting stupid. So at the beginning of it,
Like how frustrated he looked like.
I thought it was so dumb because there's that empty table and he goes like this.
Yeah.
It looked like a fucking idiot.
He looked like me when you wake me up from sleeping for some bullshit.
When I wake you up from sleeping.
Like, not you, but like
I
somebody
would
wakes me up.
never
Yeah.
wake you up from sleeping.
Huh?
The last thing I want is that rhino horn.
Like.
Because of the shape of him. Let's see. Yeah, that anger rush. Then Cesaro comes out after he does kind of a musical chairs thing where he's like stroking the back of the chair weirdly in his suit. Like, ew, I just like to touch things.
I would have loved if I would have loved if music slowly played and stopped and then he sat down.
Oh,
like
yeah.
musical chairs.
Beep,
Ha!
beep, 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 beep.
And then he has a fucking mouthpiece in.
Oh yeah. He keeps the mouthpiece and then he goes like, oh, I'm gonna have to talk. I better take this out. And then he challenges Aleister. And then he starts talking to Aleister like Aleister Black. He's like, I'm challenge. I pick a fate with you.
I pick a fight with you. And I think it's funny because I just thought that's how Europeans talk.
That is how Europeans talk.
It is not.
Yeah, they're just foreigners.
I'm Matt Brown, and I'm making a special appearance from my last week when I was on with the cigars.
What do you think about What do you think about the Aleister Black Cesaro thing, Matt Brown? Thank you.
Oh, I love Cesaro. He looks so strong and ripply.
Do you like his nipples that are very prominent?
They're so prominent and upwards, right in the correct direction.
Direction or erection?
Yep.
Yep.
Hashtag I'm Matt Brown. A hashtag worldwide phenomenon.
Hashtag he's gonna kick our asses because he really could.
Let's see. After that, we got Shelton Benjamin doing that same weird
damn.
fucking thing where they ask him a question, they zoom in on his face, and he goes, "Nee, nee."
He made no sound. I was like, did my TV just go? What the fuck
Oh
is
yeah.
this?
Then he says something into an off mic.
Yeah, I was sitting there, it's like, my TV just fuck up. Am I still high?
Yeah.
This
I
is
was
the
all like,
next
they
day.
didn't even mic the dude.
How much weed did I smoke?
We're better than their sound guy.
Yeah. Well.
Some days.
Some of the time.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, what?
Hey, no, you
We've
are...
definitely had entire episodes with Clump unmiked.
Fuck. And it
Some of our
doesn't-
better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm loud, so it works. It's a marked improvement with you here. I couldn't do it. I can't do much. It's okay. It's not knocking you.
Yeah, we don't have millions of viewers.
It almost felt like they go out there, it's like, oh, we're gonna have you do a promo, and then he's all like, hey, they haven't mic'd me yet, and like, you're not.
Don't worry
allowed
about
to."
it.
Yeah. First off, don't say anything. Secondly, don't think you're going to say anything. Like, don't give them the opportunity to maybe say something.
I don't have a mic. Yeah? You can do a great job.
Yeah. You'll do the best you can do.
He looks like he's watching something very entertaining off screen.
He doesn't.
Like he's like watching
No one watches stuff like that.
fail videos.
Oh, well, maybe.
Something slightly wholesome. Like, I don't know, a baby eating peanut butter for the first time.
I like butthole movies.
He's Matt Brown watching butthole movies.
He is Matt Brown watching butthole movies. After that, we got a Kofi promo. What's it?
Matt Brown watching butthole movies. Yeah.
Should we get a Kofi promo? I didn't write much about the Kofi promo. I don't remember much about it. It probably was good. I don't remember him being bad about anything.
No, it was decent. It was just short.
I think at this time I was starting to check out a little bit because my last note too is Dolph vs. Roman with Shane, Elias, and Drew at ringside, and then that's it. I believe
KO
Roman
came out.
wins. KO stuns Shane.
Yep.
So I mean, it's all like it was all fine. Did Dolph do good? I feel like he did okay. I feel like he didn't do a bad match.
Dolph never does a bad match. He just
Yeah, but Roman does.
yeah.
Did Roman do anything besides punching and spearing?
Nope.
Okay, well then I didn't.
And
miss
that was the
anything.
win. Was a spear after a punch.
That's all he knows of.
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch the match. I feel a little bit bad about that. I'm usually pretty good about being the dude who watches all of this, regardless of if I like it or not.
Yeah, we
but I
couldn't lean
think
on
I
you.
walked out of the show at that point.
Yeah.
I think I started texting or reading dirt sheets or something. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to see this to know exactly what's going to happen, and I just guessed it, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So Dolph, I'm guessing, beat the shit out of Roman for a while in the beginning, and then Roman does his several punches and like 1 or 2 spears, and then that's that.
Well, it always, with this and Dolph in this position, it always is the thing that makes me just kind of feel like, look, let's go back to the Leo Rush thing, or no, the Velveteen Dream comment about putting yourself into it. Dolph is goddamn good
Oh, yeah.
at everything he does. I don't know where it is, if it's backstage or what it is that bites him, because I always feel like he's really good.
Yeah.
He can talk. He can perform. He makes people like Roman look really good.
Oh yeah.
Why is he where he is? Is it because he's 38? Is it because he does stand-up comedy off the side? What is it? Because he is really good.
I think it's the Mr. Perfect thing.
He's the best. Yes, he is the best worker. I'd
Everyone
like to
fails to remember that Mr. Perfect was never in a main event. All he did was build those stars. And everyone talks about how Mr. Perfect was one of the greatest of all times. Even all the fans, they always remember how amazing he was, how great he was. And then when you find out he held the IC title like once for like a few months,
Yeah.
it's like everyone goes, wait, that doesn't make sense. I remember him being absolutely fucking incredible. Yeah, because he was that goddamn good. But that's where Dolph is. Dolph is the Mr. Perfect. And I don't think that from a legacy perspective that's a bad spot to be. Do you need to hold titles? Is getting a title truly good booking? Or is it just lazy putting someone over sometimes?
I would say he needs it for one reason, and it's this. Versus Kurt Hennig versus Mr. Perfect, and how that was occurring. When I think of Dolph, I don't remember things, and it's like, oh yeah, he was. It's not like Mr. Perfect. I'm like, Mr. Perfect was amazing. I don't immediately go, God damn amazing. I think of Dolph almost like I thought of Jericho at times.
Yeah.
Which, and now I don't think of Jericho that way anymore, but a few months ago I said Jericho is my favorite wrestler ever.
Yeah.
Less and less every day. But I think of Dolph and I'm like, yes, he's a fantastic worker. Yes, he's there, but he needs something to, I think, put him over. You're like, you know what? Holy shit, Dolph was fantastic.
But he's held a ton of IC titles. He's like second to most of all time. He's held every single. I think he's a Grand Slam champ.
Maybe it's this. Maybe it's every time he loses or the matches he has. He has had decent matches, but I've never had a feud where he was like, holy shit. There's never been a feud where it's like, this is amazing. And it's that he makes everyone look good, but the other person doesn't hold up the weight. It's like he's making a bunch of Tom McGee's.
Yep. And it should have been him.
Him with Kofi was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was so good.
The
I will
matches?
say this real quick to Keith. Kofi did the Kofi promo. I don't mean to complain about that. I like Kofi and I think his promos are great. They're always super positive, a little bit of an edge, pretty happy. Like, I think he's a perfect face who can be cheerful and happy and still make you believe he can kick ass. So I didn't mean to like undermine the fact I didn't write much about Kofi's promo, probably just because it was a Kofi promo, like just a solid promo.
They needed more time.
I think it was if he's a shark, he's not going to leave me alive. Something to that effect.
Oh, I thought I said that the other day. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to eat me alive, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Kofi needed more time tonight. That was one thing, or on Monday. Among all the things we had, do we need Mike and Maria Kanellis twice? Couldn't we have had more time for Kofi?
Yes.
We could have had Mike and Maria Kanellis 5 times less.
That could have been, if we're going to give him time, that could have been a WWE.com exclusive.
I would have liked it to be like security, like brushing them out, or seeing them like go away forever. Like you just see a plane.
Here's your
leaving.
contract
And
back.
catch on fire.
You'd like in the next segment, I want to see if Mike and Maria Kanellis is an in memoriam.
Yeah. I want to see at the top of the show.
Yeah. I want to see at the top. I don't want a goddamn 10 ring bell salute. I just want a brief, they died.
Yeah.
They don't get to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even up for long enough to read it. It's just there and kind of goes away. Like, what the fuck?
They cut to the Titantron, and it's gonna be one of those ones where like sometimes someone dies, you're like, oh, why aren't they all out? That one's like, that's fair.
Yeah. Are they doing the salute? No fucking way.
Yeah. They're not. Like just
give me 2 cubes.
yeah. I got
Do you think if Dolph never got hurt after he cashed in, he would have been a much bigger star?
I wasn't watching as actively at the time. I didn't realize that he got hurt after the cash in. I remember his cash in was short lived. He won the championship and gave it over. It was an injury right away? Is that right?
with Mike Kanellis.
No, fuck. Stop, man. Dolph. Stop. The Canellis shit, man. You're ruining my night.
That's why I kept it on Clump, can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching really that much then.
At that time, I wasn't. I'll look into it. If you're right, then I don't know who else was on top at the time. I feel like that was the era of Punk and Cena. I feel like that he wouldn't have been.
It might have been that weird time with
Daniel
Miz.
Bryan and shit.
Miz.
Yeah.
That weird Sheamus.
Sheamus. I feel like that was all during the same time as they were trying to figure out who's going to get their footing. I mean, I guess Dolph is good enough, but I think that if you had a Dolph...
Del Rio. It was with Del Rio.
Oh, fuck. They loved Del Rio.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. If I was booking, I would have booked Dolph over Del Rio.
I would have.
Never liked Del Rio that much. And Keith said his pop was huge when he won. Yeah, because he finally did it. Just like Zack Ryder getting the IC title for a day. Sometimes they just give us that moment. Like when Bray, I was there when Bray won the Elimination Chamber. We were there when he won the
Yeah,
title.
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
We almost, Alexis was like, it was during this like, it's like, oh, I could buy you tickets to, we could buy tickets to that, and I was like, yeah, I'd rather go see Tom Segura in June.
Oh yeah. That's
It
cool.
was more expensive than fucking going there.
Stackhouse doesn't need Kofi as much longer with the title.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Stackhouse thinks that Kofi's going to lose the title soon. I think I disagree. I think we'll see Seth lose it before Kofi.
If we see Kofi lose it, I don't want Kofi to get kicked down card though. I could see him losing it and staying up because I think
Oh, for sure.
I really don't want him to lose it and then be like, the New Day back together going for tag titles. I want to see him at the top of the fucking card. I want to see him going after people. I want him to work with new talent.
I feel like that's how I felt when the New Day had their over almost 2-year-long reign, though. So I feel like that if Kofi's going to lose it, it has to be at a SummerSlam or a Mania. You can't do it anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. I think, and the thing also when I think of that New Day 2-year-long reign, it wasn't a boring reign.
I hated them at the time. But then they got involved with the stuff with the Usos. Then all of a sudden, like, oh, these guys.
But also part of that reign was them. They got over with the belts. Part of the reign was still like, fuck them, their heels. I think they could do it. I think he could do it.
I think he could.
Long reign. I think he needs more time on the mic in longer segments where he's not.
I think it's just is that he can go either way with it. I think you could even make him go heelish because the New Day's been heels before. I think he can flip a little bit back and forth, and I think that there's no one who you can put on the other side of a mic against him, and it's going to stone stale or flat. Yeah. Kofi's going to hold his own no matter what. So I think that I would want him to have a long title reign to see him have that many promos with that many guys. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see people coming at him, you know?
Yeah.
Sound.
Let's see, I want Brock to... What? What you said?
I think you said sound.
Maybe. I want Brock to cash in, beat Kofi so bad that Big E feels like he has to step in while Kofi is injured. I feel like you could stretch that till the Rumble at least.
That is, I mean, I think but I think right now one thing that's been positive of Kofi, to Keith's point, we're seeing more of Xavier and Big E, and they do look good. I am like, I could see Big E having an IC belt. I could see Big E at some point being a WWE champion, or Xavier. They're doing a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't think they're there yet, and they are significantly younger in their careers still. I think, and then Stackhouse saying this, there's no way that Kofi's champ going to SmackDown Fox. I don't know, and partly, and this is gonna sound messed up, but this is the thing when WWE was on UPN, they were working and putting titles on a lot of different. Yes, and
Guerrero only got the title because they were on UPN.
Yes, they wanted. They've had this thing where they've deliberately wanted to get.
Well, I don't mean it like that. Guerrero deserved it.
Yes, he did.
And
Kofi
people
deserves
were
it.
behind him, and Kofi deserves it. And people are behind him. But I think that people are so behind him. Kofi was getting national press after WrestleMania. Yeah. Who else was getting that level of press? I mean, Becky was to a degree, but I think it was much higher on the Kofi thing because you had people all over the world freaking out about the first African-born world champion. I see that being a huge PR thing to go in with. You know what? We're bringing you.
I think he's a great face for the company.
He's amazing for the company.
Yeah.
Because he's also charming as fuck. I told you about when I met him, yeah? I met him backstage. He was the one dude who talked to me the absolute most.
I put him as, he's a better face to the company than AJ Styles is.
Yeah.
Because AJ Styles...
I met AJ that day too.
And I like AJ.
He said a couple nice things and was like, all right, see you, bye. But Kofi was just sitting there chomping it up, asking me about things I liked when I was as a fan. You know what I mean? He was telling me about stuff he liked when he was a fan. He was talking about how crazy, he was like, Dean Malenko's just standing over there, dude. Isn't that crazy? And I'm like, yeah, it is. He's like, that stuff trips me out all the time. And I was all like, this dude's a super fan, living the life.
I want to see him on other things. Complex does a show on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where it's like they have people they take them sneaker shopping at Flight Club in New York. Like,
okay.
They had the New Day on. Because
Kofi
cool. Always, and Kofi was fucking so cool. I was like, I like this. They also did one with Ric Flair and with Shane.
Nice.
Which, yeah. And Ric Flair's was the weakest because he's like, well, I bought a lot of Jordans as a kid, or a lot of Jordans for my kids. And I was like, right. And I was like, right, Reed's dead.
Yeah. That's it. Let's see. Big E versus Brock is a dream match. It could be. Sometimes big guys don't work well together.
Big E versus Braun.
Yeah, but that's a maybe.
Yeah.
I think Braun's probably more into doing something cool than Brock might be.
I think Braun's more.
Brock does better with smaller dudes. I bet you Brock and Woods would be better than Brock and Big E.
I think that's good.
Huh?
Oh, never mind.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I was thinking of Braun. Sorry.
Braun. He's really good with big guys though. Braun and
that's
Big E and Brock and Xavier could be interesting in a Survivor Series type match. If we went back to the way they did Survivor Series.
Well, and the other thing I'd say this is Big E's also shown a lot more flexibility because Big E, the one thing I didn't like when Big E would do things is he's not flexible.
Big E's flexible. He just
He does
splits, dude.
splits.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, in terms of how he's performed and stuff, yeah, I get it, but I've at times.
When have your balls stretched like that? He could do the Howie Mandel with his nuts.
You know those messages I sent you Saturday night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But no, I feel like he comes off as just a pure big strong guy,
Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
true.
he's doing better. But
Keith thinks they could all take turns with the belts and end up giving padding Kofi's reigns a little bit, make him a 3-time champ. And I agree. I think Big E is athletic as fuck, but I think that he'd be better with like a Braun, who's also surprisingly athletic, where Braun can come out as the faster of the two and really build each other that way. But I think Brock does better with smaller guys because I think that Brock would rather make a small guy look good than make himself look less like a beast next to another beast, right?
Yes.
If it's two big dudes, then I'm the fucking alpha here. Where if it's him and a little dude, it's I can make you look pretty fucking good. You're welcome. That's how I feel.
Big E with Samoa Joe.
Joe.
Joe's fast.
Yeah, I can see Joe getting a thumb up in it.
More than the thumb.
What's up? What? What? That's what he does. That's what Joe does.
Yeah. Joe assaults people.
Yeah.
He never said that.
Neither did Harvey goddamn Weinstein
That's true.
or
Let's see.
Bob Epstein.
It was Clump's birthday on the 1st. Did you want to carefully grab me the black thing there? It's not a dildo, guys. You can stay tuned.
Don't buy me shit.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Little birthday couple of things for
I
you.
was just running for all the fucking
Yeah,
thing.
one big dildo.
No, I was just almost unfurled because I feel something. So I was like, oh.
Keychain.
Got them by the balls.
That's a ball sack keychain. Hold it up. Let everyone see.
I'm putting down my keys and I'm working tomorrow.
Put it on the counter. See how long till someone says something.
You want a SIM ejector?
Yeah. Yeah. I need SIM ejector. Here you go, pal.
Oh, I'm gonna. Wait, no, our HR manager's out.
Nice. They can't be mad how you put your car keys.
Oh. Okay, I'm wearing that tomorrow. Buddy.
They may not be anymore, but, you know,
Yeah.
it was a good run. The Golden Lovers.
It's because I like water sports.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
I'm so happy right now. Yours is at my house because I'm stupid.
Yeah, it makes sense. It sounds like you.
Okay.
Let's see. Stackhouse says they're going to want the strap on a bigger star going into Fox. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's just what I see happening. They never planned on Kofi being the guy, and history tells us as soon as he starts to lose steam, they're going to revert back to whatever they originally wanted.
Hey, it's like mine.
I don't
Yeah.
disagree with that, but to be honest with you, who's a bigger star right now apart from maybe Brock Lesnar? You're not going to have Cena come in and take the title off Kofi because then no one's going to be cheering for Cena. Like, who's going to be able to take the title off of Kofi and be a bigger star than Kofi and still have people okay with it? I think that's my question. Take
Mine
off
also-
the little sticker.
Might also say made in China.
Watch, hold it up so people can see how you take off the sticker. No, off the bottom. Peel it off. Get it off. But that's my question to you, Stackhouse. Who's bigger than Kofi right now? Who's more popular worldwide? Who's a bigger name, a bigger star who can get the title off of him
Cena.
successfully? Cena can't do it, and people will boo the shit out of him.
That's also
He
fair.
says it's such a WWE thing. Cena just randomly come in and
And be like, this is mine now. Yeah, but you know that the backlash on that will be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It'll be balls, dude.
You should have put Matt Brown pictures on each one.
Oh, each one have a little Matt Brown on it.
oh,
Oh, I'm Matt Brown. You watch this. Watch this.
Put my
no.
Oh, I'm Matt Brown. And I got the danglies. I got a big old case of the dangles. I'm Matt Brown.
Wasn't there a teabag comment over the weekend?
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
Hashtag I'm Matt Brown. National phenomenon.
Got something for you to compost right here. That's a question about teabags.
Let's see.
Back to there.
My money is on Brock cashing in on Kofi. I mean, he's probably the only one who could because he's already booed so heavily, right? That Brock could take it from Kofi and everyone's just gonna fucking hate Brock. And they already fucking hate him. How much more can you hate a dude, right?
Yeah, but who takes the goddamn belt off Seth? Because I want the belt off Seth faster.
Yes.
I want the belt away from Seth.
Yeah.
Or take the belt off Kofi. Have Kofi take Seth's belt.
Yeah, I'm okay with
That would add legitimacy to that belt, which Seth isn't giving it.
Yeah.
I still don't value the belt.
Yeah, I still don't. I don't. I always look at the belt title sales, obviously. And every time I see Universal cheap, I go, nah, not cheap enough. Because I just don't give a shit about that fucking ugly title. I still think it's ugly too. I know people have like forgotten about how ugly it was. I haven't. Every time I see it, I'm always like, that's a fucking gross red.
It looks like so when you buy like a design, like you go online, you're like, I'm gonna design my own Nikes or my own Timberlands. It looks like I like red.
Yeah.
to the
I want my red belt more red.
If I almost want them to be like, hey, you can make your own and custom color, and I'd do one orange and put it in my car because my car is orange.
That's the stupidest shit. You could at least make it an FTW belt. If you're gonna do that.
Fuck the world belt.
Yeah, from Taz.
I would cool that. I do Taz ECW belt because Taz. I always think orange. Taz. Yeah. I can do that.
Wow, you are not listening. Dude, Taz had his own custom belt. It was the FTW belt in ECW with an orange strap.
I'm not
Look
that
it up,
old.
dude. Oh my God.
Just called you old.
Let's see. Bischoff is about to be in charge.
Happy
Kofi is not a guy that I
birthday
think Bischoff's going to be behind. I don't know. I don't think Bischoff is dumb. I think he's smart enough to see all that press. You know what I mean? Like when Kofi won it, that was national news.
Mm-hmm.
That was international news. Like that was crazy. That was everyone was talking about WrestleMania being Kofi's thing, and here's Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, first ever women's main event. Like that's huge, and everyone's talking about
Kofi.
Kofi
Mania.
Kofi Mania. Like that's big, man. He overshadowed women's main event to a degree. I don't think people didn't talk about Becky, but everyone was talking about Kofi, and that was crazy.
I think it'd be funny. Bischoff's in charge. Hey, brother, I have an idea for you.
Yeah, that doesn't work for
shit.
me, brother. I already saw something that said because of Bischoff coming back, we can probably expect to see Hogan back on SmackDown. I was like, shut the fuck up, guys. Get over it.
I want to see.
It was 30 years ago.
I'd be cool if Hogan took the belt off Kofi.
Oh, I'd be way into
mainly
it.
because I would just love to see see the anger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a riot.
Yeah,
Cool.
that doesn't work for me, brother. Apart from that, I don't have much else. This weekend is Fight for the Fallen. Any AEW news on that? They added a match. It looks like Darby All In. It's Darby Allin, I suppose, but
I like Darby All In more.
yeah, Darby All In and Sean Spears.
Okay.
Oh wait, this is Fight for the Fallen, right?
Darby Allin can do better.
It's a 3-on-3, which is the deal, which is a little weird. Oh, here we go. Some of the matches we can expect to see. Oh, the Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I am hesitant to say, but whatever comes out of this could be my favorite Young Buck match of all time. Because I will say this, being that this whole promotion seems built around people who are in it for themselves and not for anyone else, Cody is in it for the stories. And he does not mind putting people over. He's in about psychology. He wants everyone to look good, and he looks like a guy who's trying to elevate.
Yeah.
Where a lot of these people are trying to look, they go in there thinking, how do I look good coming out of this? Where Cody comes in there going, how do we make this meaningful?
I love how, and I know Double or Nothing did it, but how much Kofi has grown, and people like you and I know you did. You struggled with Kofi, Cody
Oh,
initially.
for sure. I did not like him at all, man.
Yeah. We talk about like Russell Kim. It's like, this is a great Cody match. Like, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I remember that one and being like, you know what? Super disappointed. I was like, I really wanted to be impressed by it. I really felt like, hey, here's a big deal. Everyone's been talking about this dude, and he's supposed to be like the new thing. I was not into it. I was not into him. I didn't like any of it. Watching what he's doing now, I told him to his face, I was not your fan yesterday, and I am a big fan today.
Yeah.
Stackhouse was asking, do you guys see any of the Slammiversary?
I did not. I saw some of the clips of Sami Callihan and Tessa Blanchard.
That company still exists.
Yeah.
They promote
the thing
us.
is I am okay. Actually, like if you search wrestling on Twitch, we hit above them.
Yeah. So let's talk about our advertisers.
I agree with Stackhouse. Cody seems to be the only one who's trying to do the right things. I agree with that entirely, which to me is also ironic because he's the only one who's saying, I want to take out WWE. And everyone's like, we're not trying to do that. And he's like, I fucking want to take him down. So it's like kind of funny that when it comes to like his segments on TV, dude couldn't be more on point. When it comes to him on a mic outside of the ring, you're like, dude, shut the fuck up.
You could see him and Dust. You could see reasons for him legitimately not like.
Oh yeah, he's got reasons,
Yeah.
but he's also got the know-how to
Be my brother, my dad. Fuck this.
yeah, fuck this. But as far as like so intergender matches is like I'm okay with them from time to time. I think you could definitely build to them. At this point, I don't know if Tessa Blanchard's been in a match with a woman in almost a year. She's been doing strictly intergender matches, and I'm just kind of over that. I'm not saying she's not good enough by any means, but I'm just not as interested in seeing men and women fight that same way, right? It feels less competitive in a lot of respects. It's not always, and sometimes it can be done very, very well. And I think she's great at it, but as a full-time thing, I don't know that I'm buying into it. And then watching her get hit in the face with a bat, because that's Sammy's thing, I was like, could do without this.
Yeah. No, I feel like. So I feel like part of why intergender matches get put in a certain light is that they like, yeah, it puts everyone as an equal. And I'm like, I get that, but and some people will say this and they get shat on because it comes up to them being sexist. It's like, well, women really can't compete with men. And like in a believable sense, in a match between a woman and a man, there is a certain element of size and difference. And I'm not knocking women. Women, they should be at the forefront. You can have women headlining pay-per-views, but I don't necessarily want to see intergender matches unless they're done in a very unique capacity because
And I think it goes both ways.
Yes.
China versus James Ellsworth would feel one-sided.
Yes. With
Rock
China.
versus Selena Gomez, like Selena Vega,
Selena Gomez
feels fucking one-sided.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you can't. They have to be evenly matched. I think.
Mm-hmm. And I do struggle with men beating or men, being physical with women because it's kind of like this is kind of fucked up, and like I get it, but it doesn't. I don't see the physicality of the performance. I'm like that's kind of fucked up because it does.
Yeah.
I think part of it also plays upon shock value.
I think it does a lot, and I think that's Sami Callihan's big thing. He is the biggest reason I don't watch Impact at all because I love Brian Cage, but I know every time I tune into Impact, Sami Callihan's going to be on it, and I think he's a shitbag. So I don't want to support him. I don't want to support what he's up to. I don't like anything that he does. I don't want to be any part of it so much that I think, you know what, I'll watch Brian Cage highlights on another day.
Yeah.
But was there anything in Slammiversary that you thought was something we should go out of our way to see? We'd be interested in that aspect of it. Was that a pay? Was it a pay one?
Believe so.
I believe so too. And G1 happened, and I didn't catch a lot of G1.
Beginning of it.
Did you
It's a while of it.
Seems like a lot of stuff.
It's
and
a
here
it's a
Osprey's
tournament.
pretty great.
Yeah, it's a tournament. It's not one event, and that's cool. And I like the design of it being by points.
Yeah.
because it's a kind of unique thing. If you want to talk about things we could do based on like not wrestling during commercials and stuff like that, maybe putting in something like points. You could bring in a smart style SmackDown ranking or have a long
SmackDown top 10.
Yeah. Or you could have a long tournament. Like this is something that's going to happen where somebody does it, but you have points to it. Not.
Yeah, it's all about the points. I'm all about points.
What do they matter for? Nothing.
Let's see. I do think that. Christ, clump. I do think that.
I'm aggressive.
So, my brother brought up this week that he thinks that the no wrestling during commercials is ruining the show. I disagree. I think it's making the show look more competitive. I actually really like that I'm not coming back from commercial break to see that something's changed or different, or pull me out of the reality of it, because I like to get lost in the matches. Who's going to win? Oh, we're going to commercial? Well, I guess I have a few minutes because nothing's going to happen.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that, but I do like that, hey, 2 out of 3 falls match, it's starting to make the finishers look more powerful, because every time 2 out of 3 of those falls are done by somebody's finish.
Well, and for like people in the show, when you're watching it live,
Yeah.
before they did rest holds during break, basically, so you could tell you're in a commercial. It's like cool because now we're just doing rest holds.
Which actually, Bailey was running the Ronda match when we were there for Raw after Rumble, and she was putting her in some crazy cool submissions. And Ronda's just flailing, God, and we were like, the crowd was getting all, yeah, tap, because it was like, these were cool looking submissions that were all cut from air. So when I went back and rewatched it, I was like, wait, where's all the cool fucking leg locks and shit? Like, so it can also be done great if you have someone great in the ring doing it.
I
But
just want
a lot of times it's the Nia Jax sleeper or the hands on the face that doesn't mean anything.
I just want more parameters that would involve it than 2 out of 3 falls matches, restarting matches. Because I get it, but come up with be creative in your solutions for it.
That's
Don't
why
make
I
me
think
feel-
time limits will come back.
And I'm cool with that.
And
I
I
like them.
think that Vince has to come out and do it. And I think that Vince has to say, I'm bringing back our time limits. He's got to get the head on it, because now that AEW has had a no contest due to time limit draw, he's got to go back in there and saying, he's got to go back and remind everyone, this was ours 30 years ago. This isn't something new that AEW is doing. This is something we've always done and we stopped doing. But you know what? Now we're in a position where it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bring it back. And now start having, hey, we're going to have a commercial break right after this 10-minute match. We got 10-minute time limit on it. We're going to go to break whenever it happens. So you have a 6-minute match, all of a sudden, oh, ding, 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 never hit the 10 minutes, but here's our commercial.
And with Bailey and Sarah Logan this week, you can create a story.
Oh, yeah, the beat the clock was perfect for commercial.
Yeah. Well, and you could also you can create a story in a match in 10 minutes
Yeah.
or 5 minutes. It's just a challenge, but the thing is, if you guys are really the best at this, we need to have you rise to that challenge.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that it's possible. Fight for the Fallon, because Jimmy Fallon is doing the matchup. It looks like the buy-in's going to be Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby all in versus Shawn Spears, MJF, and Sammy Guevara.
Cool.
I'm nervous about it, I'll tell you, because I really don't think that as many people in this match are really great workers as they want you to believe. I think Darby's amazing. I think Shawn's mediocre. I think MJF is still really green when it comes to in-ring work.
Yep.
He does smart stuff, but he's not super great. Sammy Guevara, I don't know.
Sammy's good. I feel like this match screams a match that afterwards Tony Khan's going to say, hey, we don't do that on the TV show, just so you know. Because these are a bunch of people who do death matches.
Yeah. And then, Jimmy Havoc and Joey Janela are not known for their in-ring work. So far as I've heard and so far as I've seen nothing that made me go, oh, did you see that Joey's spot? Did you see that Jimmy's spot?
Yeah. Well, without a lawn dart.
Let's see. Stackhouse thinks that the reason Cody's so good is that because he's the only one who's not going to need WWE if AEW fails. And I agree with that. Cody can go on and continue to be successful on the indies, where I think that realistically, I think Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, as much as they were even saying that they were close to signing, I think it's because they realized they were pretty much tapping the well where they were.
I think Kenny could, because Kenny's built himself up multiple times. I think
could, but I don't know.
I think he does. I think, well, when we're talking about people who don't need it, I think he could. I think he could go back. I think he's done it. I don't. The Bucks, I like them, but we need to see more. I think it's what. And what's funny is Cody was the late one in.
Later, Keith.
Keith, we'll see ya. Enjoy 2K19. We're wrapping it up here shortly, anyhow. So you caught the bulk of it. But have a good night, dude. We're gonna try and do something this weekend for you. Okay.
Yep.
Let us know if you catch Fight for the Fallen. Let's see. I agree that Kenny Omega could. I do think where Kenny Omega's character is now, he would need to start rebuilding it. Like I said over the weekend, it's kind of sad where his hype is right now. He came in on fire, and he is someone that no one is talking about anymore.
Mm.
So if AEW gets anywhere near to closing or folding, he's going to have to start booking himself in a way to get himself back over.
Yep.
After that, they're looking at Brandy Rose versus Allie. I have a hard time being interested in that on any level. I will say this: did you watch the Road to Fight for the Fallen episodes they did with Brandy doing the interview about her figure skating and stuff? Super emotional. She's crying most of it, talking about how she was in her own head and made herself fail and all this, and it did not make me give a shit about her. She came off a lot to me like someone who was like, you were raised in a house where you could figure skate competitively? How much fucking money did you guys have?
That's not a.
And then you gave that up to go be a professional model? And then thought, well, fuck it, I guess I'll try wrestling because they're doing a diva search. Wow. And then they picked you because of your looks alone. And then they started teaching you how to fucking wrestle. And you thought, maybe I could be okay at this? You're not a fucking underdog. You fell ass backwards in all of this.
Yeah.
It reminds me of an Alexa story.
Yeah. Oh my God, you were so fucking beautiful. You could do whatever you want as much as you wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you win this one. I hope your ego takes the boost it needs.
That's why
I don't give a fuck.
That's why I always hated hockey kids.
Yes. Fuck the hockey kids, man.
We played this. Yeah, it's you mean the sport where you have $800 in gear that you have to buy every couple of years? Fuck off.
Although any cool relationship I could have ever had with Cody is gone now. If he was like, oh, there's that cool dude who slings my cigars and shit. That kid's cool. And then he hears that and he goes, oh no, fuck that guy forever. And I'm like, you're right, but yeah, it's supposed to be this big emotional thing. You should watch it. Tell me what you think of it. I liked a lot of the videography of that clip up until she starts interviewing and then she tells her story. And I'm kind of like,
hey, given that,
sorry?
I will say this. I mean, it's kind of comes off Stephanie McMahon, which they kind of are in this case. Because remember Stephanie on the did you see the post 9/11 SmackDown where she equated 9/11 to people attacked my family? You mean the fucking steroid trial? You mean the fucking steroid trial? Shit.
In her defense, they had absolutely no evidence and they were trying to take away and ruin everything her family had.
Maybe not on September 15th, 2001.
It was shitty for everyone.
But also, like, she is that. But also, I mean, to be fair, at least they didn't do, like, make her out to be, like, at least they didn't change the story to make it seem like she's some, like,
and
I grew up in the hood, I did this, and it's like, yeah.
I'm not even saying that I don't think Brandy Rhodes was being honest. I do think she was being honest, and I do think she feels that way.
Yeah.
And I think that was all real emotion. And I think that's truly how she feels about her story.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a little fucking on the other side of she's kind of an uptown girl.
Yeah.
And she's talking to a downtown boy.
But she doesn't have to necessarily be the face here. And that could work.
I think she's trying to build herself up as a face here. I mean, watch it and tell me what you think. That's the impression I got out of it. And I'm like, bah. And then for them not to give Allie the same amount of time or nothing. Which, by the way, when Allie came out for this one with Leva Bates,
You did not, yeah, I know. That was
fucking Bailey is shit. And I'll say this, like, hey, I get it. Other people can be excited, and it's not a Bailey thing. But you know what? That's truly Bailey's gimmick, and she's the biggest one doing it right now. And whether or not you ever did it first or not, you're the last person to do it on TV.
Plus, you already have Kylie.
You already have Kylie. You look like a shitty version of Kylie Ray.
And I love
At least Kylie does the thing. You just went,
and just and I love, and does it to the point of over. So like I still love Kylie jumping in.
Oh, the otter thing?
Yeah.
Adorable.
Love it.
Alley cat?
She has a bow.
Yeah, Kylie's got a bow at least. Allie's got nothing but what looks like a swimsuit with rhinestones on it. Fucking relax. And Brandy Rhodes gear, by the way, I think looks shitty as well. Reminds me of Lana shit.
You're wearing a swimsuit you should buy from Cher's fucking yard sale.
Yeah, at least Kylie looks like she's in gear.
Yeah.
Bailey looks like she's in gear. Becky looks like she's in gear. Like, you look like you're there to wrestle. These ones are like there to pose. I bet you I can pose. If my boobs are big enough, I'll knock someone over and someone will clap. Yeah. Then we got Kip Sabian versus Hangman Page. What do you think about this?
Kip Sabian,
Whatever, man. I don't know.
like the thing that like you watch, like the sex toy Sabian.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
cool.
ride it.
Yeah.
Is that going to be good? I know Hangman Page is good. I don't know much about Kip. I feel like I've seen him wrestle and thought he was good.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to remember Kip. No, he's not bad. I mean, it's serviceable. Hangman looks good. Hangman's gonna win, and I'm cool with it because Hangman's
Hangman has
really
to.
good.
He has to win on his way to Jericho.
Omega versus Sema.
Well, before that, we got SoCal Uncensored, which is going to be Kaz and Scorpio versus the Lucha Brothers. Actually excited about this one. This is the first time we see the Lucha Brothers against not the Young Bucks in like 2 years. For as much as people want to give WWE shit for repeating matches, Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers have been doing only each other for 2 years. So fucking relax, guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this one. Scorpio Sky, Kaz, they are fucking superstars. So are the Lucha Brothers. I think this one's going to steal the show.
It might be a good hard and a different style match.
I think it could be. But at the same time, SoCal Uncensored put on a pretty spot-focused match in the buy-in for Double or Nothing, where the Lucha Brothers have been doing that lately. So it could again be a Young Bucks match without the Young Bucks. But I do think that they're all capable of giving us more.
Yeah.
Then you get Kenny and Sema. Is that supposed to be good?
I think it'd be a good one.
I hope
I'm
it
sure
is.
I'm sure they've performed together.
I hope so. I hope for Kenny's sake. I hope that something happens here that gets people to.
I'd like them to talk more about what Sema did, and talk about Kenny before NJPW.
Yeah.
Kenny has a kind of fascinating story where he was on the WWE track and he didn't like where he was going.
Yeah.
And so he went to Japan and he did build himself up.
Yeah.
He went from wrestling in DDT and wrestling young girls
Oh, yeah.
to wrestling at the top of the NJPW card in the Tokyo Dome
Yeah, no, that's true.
as a foreigner, which that doesn't happen a lot. Not
Yeah,
like,
the fact that the top of the card was 2 foreigners. Was
yes.
crazy.
Well, and also in the sense of like they have had like Brock Lesnar or Bill Goldberg or Kurt Angle go there, but it wasn't like a situation where he was the be all end all coming in like, oh, this is the WWE guy, this is Ric Flair, this is Kurt Angle, this is Brock Lesnar, and they push him to the top card. He built himself up in Japan. That's
just a dude
a
there.
really compelling story that for people who are going to start when they start going to TNT, I think his story is going to be very compelling, and I think they could make it fantastic.
I think it can be. It doesn't have to be. It's up to them.
Yes.
I hope they do the right thing. And then you get Young Bucks versus the Rhodes Brothers. I'm hard pressed to not think this isn't going to be the best match of the night. I think. Well, I guess that's the one that I'm most excited to see. Like, if you were to say, hey, you can only watch one of these matches that night, that's the one I'm going to pick. I've never liked a Young Bucks match. I'd like to see what the Young Bucks are going to do when Cody and Dustin are on the other side of yes or no, right? The idea that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega tell the Lucha Brothers, we want to do fake power energy pushes. And they're like, yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds great. Let's do that. And then we'll sell it for fucking ever. And then the Young Bucks being like, I'm gonna go up and then you hold me while I beat the shit out of your partner. And then I'll flip around and kick the shit out of you. And then you put me back in place. And the Lucha Brothers be like, oh, that's a good idea. I don't see the Rhodes Brothers saying, that's cool. That's what a fight looks like.
Yeah.
These two motherfuckers like to fight in the ring. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see what happens when the Young Bucks are. So here's what we're going to do. A little bit of magic. We're going to do a little spinny Rooney. And then you're going to help me beat up your brother, but you're not going to know it. I see them being like, that's fucking stupid. Let's do something better instead.
I have a suspicion the match is going to have color. Yeah. Which I'm cool with because Vicious, like, Pentagon, I'm cool with. Like, I want to see that. I'd like to see, like, a match that I don't necessarily know if I want Dustin to cut himself open so deep you're
Yeah.
scared he's gonna die.
I don't think Dustin's gonna be the one to get it.
Yeah.
I think the Young Bucks are gonna do it because they're gonna want to say they did it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how disagreements among the wrestlers are going if everyone's doing their own thing and you have no creative team or writers. How is that going to be played out?
Yeah, without a producer on the match. Well, I think they do have producers, right? They got the Billy Gunns and the Dean Malenkos to say, this is what we're doing.
And I think they brought them in for that reason. And I think that could be good. I think they need it. My hope is that there's not too much ego there, because
I hope you put Billy Gunn as the producer on this one. Because when I think of all their producers, Tommy Dreamer's done some stupid fucking shit for AEW. And I think Dean Malenko's pretty fucking good. I could see him saying, like...
Cut the
and
shit.
I could see Dean Malenko being on Dusty's side on this one.
Well, and Dean's booked in WWE some amazing matches that were story matches, so I could see that. I'd like that. One thing that I do think when we talk in negative light against the AEW and about them, and they have not done a lot to help this perception, is that they're a bunch of prima donnas.
Yeah.
I don't think they are, though, and the reason I say I don't think they are is not because they turned it off and set off on their own. Is that the amount of work that they did with several promotions, ROH, New Japan, on, and where they not only won titles but lost titles convincingly to people and helped other people build up, and that's for all the.
You know what I mean? Like,
SoCal Uncensored.
who's here now?
Yes. No, but like
The Lucha Brothers.
Pulling-
Who's here now?
pulling people out because you have a good working relationship isn't necessarily bad, but they did drop belts.
They did. Dropping a belt is not the same as not being in business for yourself, I don't think. You didn't hold the belt hostage. That didn't mean you didn't go in there with the intent of, I'm going to look good with or without you. Like, I'm not saying that they didn't, but I am saying that I think you can still be a prima donna and say, I'll lose the title, but only this way. You know what I mean?
They also, they have also made people look very good too.
Hogan lost the title too, dude.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they didn't come in after somebody else lost the title and took the fucking title 30 seconds later, and then to avenge you, buddy.
Yeah.
So I think it's there. And the other thing is they have made people look fantastic. The unfortunate thing I think that hurts all of these guys in the U.S. is so much of their stuff is tied up in promotions that are even harder to see than AEW is.
Yeah, but they're not putting anybody over yet. So we'll see now that they're in charge. Because before, that's not our title, dude. They want the Lucha Brothers to have it. How do we make this happen, right? Where now, it's our fucking title, man. We do what we want. We'll see. Someone obviously has to lose that match. I get a hunch it's the Rhodes who will lose it. I think the Young Bucks are the stars, and I think that that's the way they're going to go with it. But I think they'll get the win over Dustin, not over Cody.
I hope not. I'd like Dustin to get the win over everyone.
Me too. I think Dustin deserves a win over both of the Bucks at the same time, just like Big Show did. Like, I think that Dustin should fucking, as much as Cody killed the Attitude Era, I think Dustin should lay the Attitude Era out on these guys. And I think that'd be fucking great. But I don't think that's the story they're going to tell. I think they're going to tell a story about how the Young Bucks destroy Cody and his dumb brother. But we'll see. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. And I hope that the Young Bucks listen to the Rhodes on this one, because every match they've done in a long time has meant a lot more than a single move that the Young Bucks have done. And I think you can get really lost in the moves.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But that's what I think about all that.
Wait, is it CBS Sports with a WWE logo next to it?
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah. So
Really weird. Anything else? Anything else you want to throw out there?
Thank you for the birthday gift.
Oh, not a problem.
Yeah.
I know you like balls.
Balls on
balls.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for us.
Rebel Cigars.
Can't find the channel that. There we go. Unless anybody else got anything else they wanted to say, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Call it a night. Thanks for tuning in as we talk a little bit about what's going on. This weekend we got Evolve, we got Fight for the Fallen, we got Extreme Rules.
It's a good weekend for wrestling.
It's a big fucking weekend for wrestling. So I'm glad I got a 3-day weekend because I gotta fucking see it all. And then,
shit, next week's gonna suck for me.
Yeah, it is.
I'm off Tuesday, and Tuesday's my day I typically watch things. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, we'll be in Phoenix dropping someone off at the airport.
Yeah, you're gonna be watching that shit on your phone as you're driving. But that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching another week. Thanks for putting up with us a little bit more. We will see you down the road. Last call.